up, everybody? Welcome back to the 50-50 podcast. This is your boy, Illis Demeanor, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Wes. Today is going to be September 24th. This is episode 17. Two special guests in the building, Tayler Jones, Kimberlee McCann. I know she ain't going to want to talk right now, but how y'all doing? So, to start out, man, I want to talk to Kim real quick. It's been hard to get her on here.
All right.
It's going to be hard for her to talk, but we gonna do it. What's some critiques you have on this show?
What did I tell you?
I don't know. I want to hear it.
No, I don't have any right now. I can't talk right now.
So, for everybody listening, apparently the way we start the show out is an issue. I don't know why. And I'm trying to get it out of her why on air, but I don't think I'm going to get anything. What's the problem with the way we start this show?
It's just like knowing I'm going to be on here and you saying it. I just like can't contain myself.
Okay. Taylor, what do you think?
I think it's fine.
Okay. Same.
Okay.
I think y'all are tripping.
I think you're true.
And if there's anybody out there that think our intro
start,
is whack, comment below and let us know.
You want to know what I'm waiting for, to be real? The beat we use, I'm waiting for that shit to get flagged. Cause like,
well, thanks for putting it out there.
I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Like, hey.
They're not gonna fucking listen to it and be like, now let's flag the beat. I don't know if it's because it's so short, like it don't matter.
They can't detect it.
Yeah. But that's kind of like in the back of my mind. I'm like, fuck, what do we do at that point? And the plan is, for me anyway, we're gonna have our own fucking like thing in the future, something for us, custom made for us. That way we ain't got to worry about fucking getting a copyright, whatever. What do you want to talk about today?
I got some topics.
Well, let's get into it.
Let's start with UFC, of course. Conor McGregor, he announced the Nate Diaz trilogy.
How did he announce it? He can't announce shit.
Well, who announced it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Conor can't announce it.
Yeah, let me show you. So I have this right
He
here.
just said it? Is what you mean? Like he's...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it says Conor McGregor announces the rematch rival.
Happening after Dana White confirms the 2024 announces rematch with rival. What happened? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
so,
here's the
go
thing
ahead.
about the UFC and fighters announcing shit. Dana doesn't like it. Dana don't let... I want to say most, but I don't want to... I actually think it's none, maybe except for Conor, can announce shit like that. Like, they'll know ahead of time, just like rappers. They'll get a release date, but the label's like, hey, don't talk about it, don't give it out until this time. So I don't see... I don't know. I think it will happen, but yeah.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it. Hell yeah, I want to see it.
Me too.
Like, you got to close that, like, chapter.
Yeah. So it says, according to this site, it says Conor McGregor has a 3-fight plan.
And it should be Chandler, Justin, Nate.
Yes. He wants to start off with Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje, and then the Nate trilogy.
Yeah.
But he's saying that it's a must that he fights Chandler. He didn't say why he feels like it's a must, but I want to know why he feels like that.
Well, for one, they did the not contender, but the is it the contender that they did? No, that's Dana White. They did the tough, which the coaches go against each other.
Yes. Okay.
So that's why you have to do that fight, because every time they've ever done it, that's the whole point of that. It's a competition between two coaches. Then at the end, the best fighter out the camp fights each other, and then the coaches fight. It's always been that way. So that's why you got to do the Chandler fight. I mean,
yeah, it says his McGregor showdown with Chandler, which is his rival coach of season 31 on the Ultimate Fighter.
Ultimate Fighter, that's what it is. Okay, so that's why that fight has to happen. If they didn't do that, you could probably like kind of let that fight slide by. You know, like the hype we had behind it. They could have just been like whatever. But since y'all did that, now they have to fight. Yeah, just for that.
Do you think Conor McGregor can make a comeback?
I mean, yeah. But do I think he can win? That's a different question. He can always come back to the octagon, and it's always going to sell. I don't know if he can win. Yeah. I hope he can.
I hope he can, too, because that's one of my favorite fighters. I think he's been going too long.
I'm telling you right now, Chandler and Justin Gaethje is going to be way harder opponents than a Nate Diaz trilogy.
Yeah.
The Nate Diaz is almost a guarantee for Conor to win. Almost. because Nate can still pull it off. But watching Nate in the Jake Paul fight, just like, again though, that's boxing.
Mm-hmm.
But he just looked a little slower, looked a little heavier, a little less in shape. You know, maybe being out of the UFC, like, you know.
So they was throwing shots on each other on Twitter.
Yeah.
Shows it right here. It says Nate Diaz said he tweeted, "When I killed you off the first time, I shouldn't have gave you a rematch." And then he said the second fight he felt like he lost because of the judges.
What do you think? Have you sat and watched all or both the fights?
I did. So I believe the first fight, Nate Diaz won by submission, and then the second fight, Conor won by submission. No,
Decision.
Okay. Decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why Nate's saying he lost because of the judges. He feels he got robbed. But going back and watching both fights, for one, Conor dominated the first fight until his gas tank gave out. Nate's got a crazy gas tank. His cardio's off the charts. He does triathlons, all this shit. That's what him and his brother do. So you're not going to outlast him. So for Conor to go out there thinking he's going to put him away like a Jose Aldo or Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, early, in his career, it's not going to happen. And that's where he messed up. He went hard in the first few rounds, and towards, I think it was the fourth round, maybe fifth, that's when he got choked out. But if you go back and watch the second fight, same thing. I think it's the fourth round.
I thought he won by submission on the second one.
Conor I don't think any submissions in the UFC, actually. But in the second fight, I think it's the fourth round, you see Conor gas. To the point he's even running from Nate Diaz, like legit, like jogging away from him, and Nate's like pointing and laughing. But then fifth round, he kind of gets a second win, but still, he's dominant the whole fight. The first fight, even if you go back and watch, like Nate's busted the fuck open.
Yeah,
granted, Nate's gonna bleed if you fucking sneeze on him the right way. Like he's just so much scar tissue, it's easy to open him up. I would. Man, if you gave me the choice, if somebody set me down and was like, look, Conor can come back for one fight, what do you want? Do you want Chandler? Do you want Justin? Do you want Nate? I would pick Nate.
I would say Justin, just because Justin won the BMF title.
I think Justin's going to kill him, though, man.
Yeah,
that's
Justin probably will. I would want to see him fight him, just for that title.
So, look, you was there for Izzy versus Strickland. I think you was more upset than I was.
Yeah, I don't like that dude.
You don't like who? Strickland?
Yeah.
Okay. From your recollection of the fight,
I was kind of tipsy.
yeah, but you was getting high. You was like, why the fuck is he doing this?
Yeah.
What should Izzy have done differently?
I don't know.
Let me hear your expert. Yeah.
Like he wasn't trying to do nothing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. Go for like, I don't know. I don't watch fights like y'all do. So
you do actually. Like, you're very fucking. If I talk to you about fights, you're like, oh yeah, this dude and this dude, like, yeah, him and him, like, you know.
I don't know. I think Izzy was like not doing what he could have been doing. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. Do you think Izzy can beat Sean Strickland?
I don't know.
Did you think so before the fight?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna win.
So when Sean dropped Izzy in the first round, did you think it was like?
I was like, oh my god, but no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on that.
You don't have an opinion on shit.
I just think Izzy was like, he could have been doing more than what he was doing. I don't know.
Well, I said that about the fifth round when Sean dropped his hands and he's just screaming at him and Izzy's backing up.
He's like scared.
Yeah. And I hate to say that about fighters because I hate when people say it when they're like, oh, he looks scared. Bro, they wear nothing but basically their underwear and they go in a cage and they fight other men for a living. Like, they're not scared. Like, they might, I don't know. I guess they could be scared, but it's not like, oh, I'm scared of you, or, you know what I mean? Like, they do this shit.
I think it's more, they don't want to get caught, because anybody can get caught with the,
So it's almost like an embarrassment factor.
Yeah. They're trying to protect themselves. Anybody can get caught with a right hook, Sugar Sean, that's his specialty, always catching people with them hooks.
Yeah.
I mean, you can easily get put in a choke. So, I mean, they're always kind of like, you know, trying to fill each other out.
That's not scared though. That's just like,
I think that's the wrong word.
Yeah, I hate when people are like, oh, you can tell he's scared. No. Oh, Khabib didn't want to fight Conor for the second time because he was scared. What the fuck was Khabib scared of? Khabib jumped the fucking fence and jumped into the crowd to fight motherfuckers. Like
that fight was wild.
Yeah. I just went back and watched not the fight, but the fight after the fight. It's almost
that was
better.
that was better than the actual fight.
Like I watched it live. Like okay, so that fight. Matter of fact, I'm on FaceTime with Archie. Because Archie didn't come to watch the fight, and he's just like, just FaceTime me on. Because I was trying to stream it, to be real with you, on Facebook Live, and I kept getting flagged. So he was like, you know, video call me, and I was just sitting there with my phone, and like he lost, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, all right, he lost. You know, I hang up, and then like I see like the shit going on. I call him back. I'm like, yo, look.
Because like,
and then you see Khabib jump the fence.
Didn't he take out his mouthpiece?
Well, he threw it.
He was like,
you know who he's going for, right?
Who was he?
Dylan Dennis.
Okay, yeah.
The dude who's about to fight Logan Paul. And like, I don't know if you've been keeping up with that, but Dylan has been talking so much shit, like about his wife. Like,
I haven't seen like any type of like press conferences
Dylan's carrying
or
the promotion on his back. Like,
I know they're about to fight though.
Dylan's about to lose bad, like bad. Dylan is a good MMA fighter. His boxing is not what he's known for. He is a jiu-jitsu master. He's not gonna do good. He's probably gonna get slept round one. Like no shit. If Logan goes out there and like actually like,
Logan can fight.
Jake's better, but Logan can't fight. Jake's better. Logan would say otherwise, but I think that's every man would be like, well, yeah, of course I'm the better one. Especially brothers, you know. I'm the big brother. I'm better. Watching him fight Mayweather and watching him swing like this.
I actually seen that.
You know what I mean?
I actually watched that.
Like that lets me know.
Yeah.
You're not a great boxer. You can box. You're in there with Mayweather. I'm not going to take that away from you, but you're not.
It was an exhibition match. Floyd was playing with him.
Okay, do you think that?
So,
do you think Floyd really was?
Yeah.
Do you think Floyd knocked him out? They say that he was knocked out at one point, and like he fell onto Floyd, and Floyd was holding him.
Kind of holding him up, yeah,
to keep the fight going because he didn't want it to be like he wanted it to keep going.
If Floyd was being serious, if he was serious, Logan wouldn't have had a chance. Like, I feel like within, like, those first couple of rounds, he could have knocked him out easy. You know, he's considered the...
Floyd's not really a knockout person, though.
But he can.
He can, but he's not. That's like what we was talking about on the last episode, talking about people with one-punch power. That's not Floyd.
No, he's more of... They say, if you Google his name, he's the best. He has the most accuracy. He's the most accurate puncher in boxing history.
Yeah.
And he's known for like the Philly shell, like his defense.
Which is what I believe stopped Izzy. I believe Sean Strickland using the Philly shell. And like I said, if you pause when Sean is standing there in the Philly shell and he's got one leg up and you look at that style, I would never in a million years think that could be Israel Adesanya.
Right. So going back to the question that you asked Kim, that's the reason why Izzy lost. You know, he wasn't applying enough pressure.
Did you see where the coaches were also calling out everything Izzy was about to do? So Izzy was doing, he was pawing at him with the left, I think it was. Yeah, I think it's the left. And right before...
Like the way he was punching was like
well,
weird.
He was setting him up for something, and his coach said, hey,
watch out.
Watch the question mark.
Yeah.
And Izzy told the coach, he was like, you saved his life. He was like, everything I was about to do, you was calling out before I was doing it. And I mean, credit to the coaches, but also credit to Sean for listening. Because how many times do you give advice to like football players, basketball players, fighters,
and they don't listen?
Yeah,
they don't listen.
Okay, Izzy, for example, perfect fucking point. The coaches were telling him to do something, and he just couldn't see it. He was in there, and he was like, we just wasn't connecting. They were saying to do something. He was like, now that I go back and watch it, I could see what they were saying, but I couldn't at the time. Sean was taking everything in.
I actually seen stuff like that in person. When my dad invited us to a boxing match in Little Rock, what was that, 3 or 4 months ago, or whatever, same thing. Like, you see the fighters, they're out there, you know, the coach is like, left, right, you know, uppercut, you know, hook, and they doing that. But then when you actually get in the ring, and they're like, watch out for the jab, duck, uppercut, and they not doing nothing. And you like, they look good when they hitting the mats or the mitts, but once they
Yeah,
actually
McCann,
get into
yeah.
like the ring, like I don't know what it is, but it's like when they're like uppercut, duck,
Well, you don't
they're
know.
not
Like,
doing nothing. And
it's
like
the same
the
thing with
coaches, I
people
feel like
in
the
street
coaches
ball.
know.
people do great in street ball or in practice, but then game time comes and they can't make a fucking shot. Missing wide open layups.
Yeah.
It's almost like the lights and the crowd
Yeah.
fuck them up and get to them.
I agree.
You know. Speaking of fights, Bryce Mitchell last night
Yeah.
did win, but man, had some cringy moments. But like I said before we started recording,
Yeah.
why? So Michael Bisping, let me just say it again so that people know what I'm talking about. Bryce wanted to pray after the fight with his opponent, who is from Hawaii. He wanted to pray for the fires and all that stuff. And he wanted Dan, who was his opponent, to pray, and Michael Bisping shut it down. He was like, "Nah," pulled the mic away, and you could even see Bryce like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Why is it Bryce isn't allowed to pray, but we let other religions, fighters of other religions, pray, and we don't stop them? We don't pull the mic away. We don't say no or anything.
Because it's Bryce.
Think
No,
so?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it is because it's Bryce. I think because some of the shit Bryce says.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He say some crazy
some
stuff. Some off the
wall
wall stuff.
off the wall shit. But I believe he believes it. Everything he says.
Because it wasn't too long ago, he said some stuff about
For one,
women or something.
the
What
world
was
is
it?
flat. Well,
Yeah.
the only thing he ever said about women that I know that was crazy when he was like, "If you want proof of God, look at my wife."
Look at my wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's proof of God. And I'm like, you got a girl that's proof of God? Like, what do you mean?
Because he can't get one to one.
Well, apparently his ex is like going crazy and like fucking up his farm and shit right now. Like, he was on there like begging people for help, and like Cersei, he's like, "Y'all please help." Like, my girl was home alone, and like my crazy ex came out there and cut down my fruit trees and like some country shit. But think about it, if that's how you live,
Yeah.
Off of what you grow, that's a big ordeal. Like, to come out there and fuck with this shit.
So he a real country boy.
Oh yeah, he does farming, all that shit. You ain't never seen, like, he lives in like an RV, just underneath the fucking, like, what do you call that? Like it's not a garage, but fucking like an awning type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just got like an RV parked under that and some land. Yeah, he's country for real, for real.
Well, he can save a lot of money living that way. Cause
True.
pretty sure he gets paid pretty decent in UFC.
It's probably not like not as good as you think, but it's probably decent. Yeah. Cause he's
10,000 a fight, probably at least that, don't you?
But think about it, 10,000 and you fight once a year, so that means you made $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
Bro, that ain't shit.
Yeah, you. Poor.
And then you gotta pay your
poor.
coaches. Yeah, you poor, bro. Because he ain't had a fight in a minute ever since Ilya Taporia.
And I think we went to that one, didn't we? I think we seen that one.
I don't know if we watched that
Buffalo
one live or
Wild
not,
Wings.
but Ilya fucked him up. Gave him his first loss, but Ilya is also a beast. He's about to fight Alexander for the title, so it kind of makes you wonder, is Bryce like good enough to compete with the top people? He is ranked, but if he can't beat Ilya,
Yeah.
that probably means he can't beat the champ.
Yeah. I don't like how they do their rankings and then their
It's
matches
just
when
for,
it comes to fighting, man.
It's for show, basically.
I don't like that because you'll have somebody that's ranked 20 and they're fighting against like a top 5 guy, but then you got like the people that's in the top 5 and they can't even get like a title shot.
Okay, well, look at Sean Strickland. I think he was ranked, 7, maybe 5? I can't remember when he got his title fight. Granted, he got that title fight because Dracus Duplessis, whatever.
Dracus Duplessis.
Yeah, couldn't fucking fight or didn't want to fight. So Sean got called up. So, like, it's almost like if DDP didn't, or if DDP did fight, we may not even have a new champion, Sean.
And he don't look, just like I said on the last episode, like, to me, he don't look right being a champion.
Sean?
Like,
That was weird.
Man,
Did you see
like,
he broke his belt? And he was like duct taping it. He's like, I already broke it, guys. And he fucking rips off the duct tape.
Yeah, I'm like, man, like, I don't know. He's not marketable to me.
Oh, I think he's very fucking marketable.
No,
yeah,
man,
bro.
like-
He's marketable for the reason that you don't like him. That's what he's marketable for. He's gonna say the crazy shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna say that shit.
Shock value.
Exactly. It's almost how we talked about Floyd Mayweather, bro. I would tune into a Floyd fight there at the end, not because I want to see Floyd win. It's because I want to see him
get
lose.
beat.
Yeah. Same thing with Sean now. People ain't gonna tune in to watch Sean win. I mean, some are. Sean's got fans, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
Like the redneck fucking nation is like going hard behind fucking Sean Strickland right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got fans. He's gonna be marketable. Bryce Mitchell, before the fight, was trying to say, like, I'm telling y'all, like, I'm gold. If the UFC realizes it, they're sitting on gold with me. I don't know. We'll see.
Nah.
All this, like, flat earth shit, the science is fake shit.
Yeah.
Then, like, he gets on, like I follow him on Instagram, and he's always posting, like, how the government, like, don't let the government divide us type stuff. Like, you know, we the people need to fight against the government. But then when you break it down to, like, right wing versus left wing, he's like, fucking stupid left wing retards. And I'm like, bro, you playing into what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say, like, don't let the government divide us, and then you fucking get on here and be like, well, fuck how you view, and, like, you're contradicting everything you're claiming you stand for.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think Bryce is going to be as big as he thinks he is.
Nah.
I don't know if he'll ever even be champion. I would love it, just so we have an Arkansas champion, but he's definitely not beating Volk. I'll say that. He may be able to come back and beat Ilya. Like he did say he was sick before the fight, so maybe that's the difference, but he's not beating Volk.
Okay. Well, looking at the fight cards, you got some pretty good fights that's coming up. The one I'm the most excited about is that Leon Edwards and Kobe Covington. That's going to finish off the year. That'll be UFC 296 for the welterweight title. I was doing some research and I seen that Leon Edwards is on a 12-fight win streak, and I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
He hasn't got beat in 8 years.
He almost got beat by Nate Diaz.
You know, I didn't know that either. So let me go back. I didn't even know he fought Nate Diaz.
Yep, just not too long ago. I think, matter of fact, Nate might have been his last fight before he fought Usman for the belt, if I'm not mistaken.
I like Leon Edwards.
But yeah, he was beating Nate's ass the whole fight, looked good, and then Nate catches him. Same thing with Sean, with the same punch Sean Strickland caught Izzy with. Left, right down the middle, and wobbled the shit out of Leon.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So he fought Nate Diaz, beat him by decision, and then he fought Usman twice. The first time was the head kick.
Me, bro.
Yeah.
That should be Usman. Okay. Talking about how you said you think Izzy's done. Look at Kamaru Usman, bro. He went from being on top of the world to like nobody's even talking about him.
Yeah, he was known as the GOAT,
best,
the best
of the division. He was lapping people, beating the best. Gilbert Burns, fucking Kobe Covington twice, Jorge Masvidal twice. Like, just a beast. And then Leon Edwards comes out with that head kick.
So stuff like that, like Usman.
That fight was so boring.
He lost.
Go ahead. That Usman Leon fight, the first fight was so boring that like I was almost like out of it. Until
the head kick. Yeah, I was talking about it last night. I was showing Taylor.
She was there.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. I was like, "You remember this?" Yeah. She was like, "Maybe." And then when I showed her,
she was looking like.
When I showed her, she was like, "Yeah, I think I remember that."
Because I think she was even like, "They ain't doing nothing," and they really wasn't. She was right. Because it's like, it was just Usman was dominating, but it was like in a very bored. Like he wasn't like beating his ass.
Yes, they said that got knockout of the year, and they said they got the best comeback of the year.
Definitely best comeback. That's not knockout of the year. No way.
Yeah.
Of this year.
It.
Or no.
Of the time.
Okay,
of that
okay,
time.
Okay.
Yeah. Of that time.
When was that? What year?
It was
2022.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you I could find a better knockout. 2022. When did Izzy knock out Alex? That was this year.
That was this year.
Okay.
Yep.
What about the card before that? We got 295. John Jones versus Stipe. Yuri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira is the co-main event for that one.
John Jones. He can't be beat right now.
No, yeah, Stipe's not going to beat him. What do you think happens to Yuri versus Alex, though? Yuri's a bad motherfucker, dude. He was the champion.
Alex.
You think Alex?
Yeah.
I'm going for Yuri.
Yeah, Alex.
I like Yuri. The next big card coming up is going to be Islam versus Charles. And I think
Oliveira.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really hope Charles pulls it off. We'll see.
Like, his submissions is crazy.
We will fucking see.
But all of those fight cards are pretty good. You got some pretty big names coming up. But yeah, they're gonna end the year with the Leon Edwards and Kobe Covington.
I was really hoping
I guess they're gonna
Conor would end off the year.
I think aren't they starting out 2024 with the Conor?
That's what I keep hearing, but it's just like
so.
The same way they said that they're going to end this year with Conor McGregor. Like, are they? I don't know.
I think it'll be a good way sometime in like January. Start off the new year. Have Conor come back.
Conor and Chandler start off.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah, 2025, bro. Wait, or 2024.
2024.
I was about to say.
Yeah, he said
2024.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like, we're already in fucking...
And we didn't went to the last... I missed this last one. I didn't see this one live. But before that, we went to the last,
last
4 or 5 fights?
Bro, we were sitting there. So it's me, Kim, and my daughter. And we're just sitting there watching it. And I'm telling you, she's getting, like, more mad than I am. Granted, she said, like, she was a little tipsy. But, like, still, she's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, and I'm just trying to, like, calm the fuck down. Because my heart is racing. Like, I'm not showing it. Like, I'm just sitting there just, like trying to be calm. But, like... My heart's fucking pounding. And I'm like, I'm really about to watch Izzy fucking lose to Sean Strickland.
Well, you said it. I remember, like, I think like a night before, you was like, man.
Being right on shit like
you was
that,
like,
man.
I think he gonna lose.
I hate it.
And I was like, man, don't put that out there. I was like, he ain't gonna lose. And he was like, I got this feeling. I think he gonna lose.
And I didn't know. I couldn't.
Lost.
If you asked me, like, why, I couldn't explain it. Other than, like, the press conference, it was so off. Like, Izzy didn't have the energy. Mm-hmm. But you can't base shit off of a press conference. I mean, look at Conor and Khabib. Khabib couldn't say shit in the press conference. Conor was fucking roasting his ass. Mm-hmm. Like, when dude's like, Assalamu alaikum, Conor, congratulations congratulations on proper 12.
Yeah.
And Khabib's like, you can't say Assalamu alaikum and then congratulate him on whiskey. And Conor's like, ooh, do something then. Slap him. Fucking, like, Conor was just roasting the shit out of him.
He sells the fights. Like, his press conferences sells the fight.
That's what Dylan Dennis is doing right now. Bro, did you know Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul isn't even the main, like, fight on that card? It's Tommy Fury versus KSI.
Okay.
And it's not, like, no one even gives a fuck. Because they're like, it's all about Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
I don't think KSI beats Tommy Fury. Like, just to be honest, it's not. KSI is not on that level. But let's play hypothetical. Let's say KSI does beat Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury beat Jake Paul. Logan has boxed KSI, lost twice. I think one was a draw, maybe. I can't remember, but did lose one for sure.
So can KSI
KSI beat Jake Paul?
It's tricky, bro.
It's like MMA math. I know it don't always work out that way, but if you look at, like, well, he beat him and he beat him and he couldn't beat him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't put it past nobody. It's almost like, I mean, you can want people to win, but you gotta be like,
there's sometimes,
anything can happen.
Well, same thing with the Sean O'Malley fight. Which Taylor was there for Sean O'Malley, wasn't she?
She was there. She came to all of them.
She was there. Kim was there.
Mm-hmm. Archie. And me and you.
Was Brooklyn there that night? No, she didn't come.
She wasn't
there.
Maybe
it was Archie's daughter. No,
nope.
She didn't come?
Nope.
No, he came late.
Yep.
We were all
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, that night, I want Sean to win. You know, bro, Sean's my favorite fighter. Like she said all the time, I'm gay for Sean. Whatever. I want him to win, but in the back of my mind, I kept telling you, like, there's a good chance he could lose. Yeah. There's a good chance he loses. And it's almost like you have to, like, give that respect to both sides. Like, even if you don't like them, like, they're still in the UFC. Like they're at the top for a reason. Aljamain Sterling is the champion for a reason. Granted, he won the championship a bullshit way. that fucking disqualification. I don't think you should be able to lose your belt by disqualification.
Yeah, because you technically didn't lose the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Yan was dominating that fight.
Yeah.
And his corner gave him a bad piece of advice, and he listened. Aljamain was on one knee, and he was like, can I knee him? Or can I kick him? And somebody said yes, and somebody said no. And he listened to the yes, and he fucking kneed the shit out of him. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. And even when he did it, like, and Aljamain fell over, like, the dude who said yes in the corner, he was like, yes. Like, he thought they won. He thought, like, the ref was calling it off, like it was a knockout. And really, it was an illegal blow. And Aljamain won the belt. That's why people don't like Aljamain.
Yeah, you should rematch that.
They did. And Aljamain beat the shit out of Peter Yan. Dominated. Yeah, looked way better. Beat Peter Yan. Beat, I think it's Corey Sandhagen.
Let's see.
And then I think it's Henry Cejudo. That was his 3 title defenses.
Mm-hmm. And that was the longest.
It's the longest in bantam. Yeah. And so if he would have beat Sean, he would have had the record.
Yeah.
Now, can Sean even get a title defense is going to be the question. I'm pretty sure they're doing cheat. They don't have the fight.
They got to.
They have the fight. It's already done. Like, whoever his opponent is, Sean knows who it is on his podcast. Just like we was talking about how they can't announce it.
Yeah.
Sean said, my opponent is going to be, but then when he said it, they bleeped it. Because he can't announce it. That's why I'm like, I don't know if Conor can announce his shit like that.
That'll help the fight.
Dana wants to.
It'll help the viewers.
Yeah, Dana wants to be the one to announce the shit.
I feel like that's going back to just like the Izzy and the Alex story. It's a story. Like, he's the only one, Cheeto's the only one that beat
Sean.
So you gotta run it back. You gotta run it back. Just like I was saying on the last episode, even though your boy is the champ, he has lost to somebody that's in that division.
Well, I mean,
so
Aljamain's lost. Aljamain's lost to somebody who I don't even think is ranked top 5 in the bantamweight as of right now. So it's like it doesn't. You can have a loss, but yes, I do want to see the fight run back.
Boy, hold on, let me finish. I feel like if you got beat by somebody that's in that division, regardless if you're a champion or not, I feel like you're not the best in that division. Because there's somebody that's in your division that beat you.
Because if Cheeto was good enough to beat Sean O'Malley, which he did, why was he not good enough to go get the belt before Sean? And I know people are going to say it's because Sean is a better seller, which he is, but why do we hold that against Sean O'Malley? That should be, like, that's Cheeto's fault if he's not able to bring the eyes, which I think Cheeto does. Right. Cheeto has a fan base. I'm a fucking Cheeto fan. Yeah. If Cheeto's fighting anybody but Sean, I'm going for Cheeto. Now, you put him against Sean, and I'm like, all right, man, fuck Cheeto. Yeah. Like, I want to see this dude slip. Yeah. But yeah, when he fights anyone else, I always go for Cheeto. Cheeto's a cool motherfucker, for one. Like, just like outside the ring.
He's scary looking too, man.
Think he's scary?
Yeah.
I think he was cool as fuck.
Yeah, man. Like, when didn't he have like his head like shaved?
He has his head shaved. He has tattoos all his head.
He's scary looking.
But man, he's so cool because he's always talking about like how he uses like weed and mushrooms to like better himself.
You think that's cool?
It's very fucking cool. Yeah, and he's like, I use it for medicine. Like I use it to like center myself. Like when my ego starts to creep in and I start to like get a big head, like, you know, I'll take some mushrooms and like knock that shit off. Yeah, I think that's cool. That or fucking take like antidepressants or something that could make you kill yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Okay. While we're talking about fucking depression and shit, let's go into like the whole mental health shit. Yeah. Enforcement. Yeah. Well, Arkansas really. Arkansas has no outlet for people who struggle with mental health. Like,
that's sad.
It is.
It's messed up.
So like, instead of, for one, we already don't have the resources to help them. Instead of putting them on pills that can potentially make it worse or make them like a zombie, which like years ago I tried to take something for like depression. I think it was Zoloft. What? Have you ever taken it?
Yeah, I'll never take it again.
What did it do to you?
I saw like some shadow dude held me down and stuff. I told you about that. Remember, like it's like sleep. What is it, paralysis or whatever.
Do you think that was because of Zoloft though, or is that because?
It never happened before the day I took it. So,
oh, it was the first day you took it?
The night I took it, yeah.
I don't know if that's.
It never happened again. I never took it again.
See, I took it for like.
But everybody's affected differently.
It
you
is.
do that to me and be like my sister. Actually, like she was perfectly fine on it.
But it's also an SSRI, ain't it? So it has to like build up in your system. It doesn't. It's not like an instant.
I don't know.
I know when I first took it, I didn't see any like different anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then like a few weeks, like once it's in my system, I would start like, I'd go to work, and like it's like I'd blink and it'd be lunchtime, and I don't have like no recollection of like anything
What
I did.
happened?
But
Yeah.
clearly I'm working because like nobody's saying like, hey bro, you've been standing there for 3 hours, like.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like an autopilot, and I was like, I don't like this. Like, I can't remember anything that I fucking did. Like,
Yeah.
And when I ask people like, how was like I acting, because I can't, and it sounds crazy to ask people that, but they're like, you're just quiet and you don't talk. And like some people was even like, oh, you seem happier, just because I wasn't talking, and I don't. Yeah.
You seem
I guess I
happier
wasn't
because
like
you were-
bitching and complaining, so they were like, oh, you must be happier. I don't know, fucking yeah.
Okay.
But like I was like depressed as fuck at the
Yeah.
time, you know. Like I still go through it. Like it still gets me sometimes. Like don't get me wrong, there's shit that happens in life where I'm like, man.
Oh, just a phone call for my job. He
You
said,
better take it. That store is probably on fire.
I'm off.
No. Anyway.
Well, I'm
So-
off.
And you said you had an uncle that suffered from mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, she got killed.
by the police, correct? Well, is it the police
Well,
or is it the like
the workers that was
okay.
that worked at the mental.
Where was it? You know?
No, I can't
Was it
remember
here?
Yeah, I don't know the name. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the name
What's
of the
the
place.
two places?
Well, they've changed names over time, but right now they're Valley and Guidance.
Mm-hmm. So there's still an ongoing case. My mom tried to try to get like the information and stuff. She actually got the footage, but it almost not actually seen the footage, but it looked like it's kind of like altered like a little bit, like because it actually shows where he's in his room, he comes out his room, there's no sound, so you can't really hear what he's saying, but he comes out his room, he's talking to, I guess, whoever's at the front desk. So the front desk, you can clearly see that they're like doing this, like go back to your room.
Yeah.
I guess some other nurses like come down the hall. They're trying to get him back in his room and stuff, and he's kind of like, brushing them off, like,
Is it male or female?
It was male. It was a male first time. So the person that was at the desk was actually a female.
Okay.
And like you can see her, she's like doing like this,
like
telling him to go back in the
away
room.
type shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's just kind of like pacing around, just walking around, not really listening. So then you can see the male worker like come down the hall, and he's actually standing in front of my uncle, and like they're talking, and you can see he's kind of like trying to push like my uncle back into the room. So still my uncle's kind of like, nah, I don't want to go in my room or whatever. So then you can see like, I guess like on a walkie-talkie or whatever, you can see like the security coming down. Then like the security comes down, they start grabbing him. Like my uncle is kind of like, refusing to go back in the room. So instead of them like taking him to his room, like they actually like took him somewhere else. But like the camera doesn't actually show like where they took him because the video cuts off. But
Do you think they did that on purpose though?
yeah,
I think so.
yeah. I mean, he's known for acting crazy. That's not his first time actually going to the mental hospital. There's actually like a file like saying that like, he don't listen, like he comes out of his room and stuff like that, like he refuses to like eat and like
Clearly got a mental issue. They don't rules or not something
Yeah.
that they're fucking the best at.
yeah, he tried to attack my sister one time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like we won't go into it too much, but like you're dealing with the same thing with somebody.
Yeah.
Like how do you help that situation without being physical?
Well, I'm not like a professional, so there's anybody like around can do unless we can get this person somewhere that can actually help her. And there is no places that will help her because it's like they'll say go to this place and that place will say go to this place, and then they'll say place, and then it's a complete circle of.
And the excuses they're giving you is like one's because
no Medicaid, one's labs are off at the hospital, one's like they're being violent or whatever, or not even violent, like they'll want to fight somebody because they don't want to go, like non-compliant, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went to the hospital, and like they can't force you to stay there; it has to be all by will and stuff. And the doctor seeing how this person was acting, like, and she's like, I'm leaving, and we're all like, no, you're not. Even though the hospital can't make her stay, but we could. And then the doctor's like, screw it. If y'all consent to holding her down and give me consent, we'll put an IV in her and knock her out. She's been awake. Like, she's not making sense. So they held her down and pumped her with ketamine, Haldol, and Ativan to knock her out. That only lasted like 8 hours, though.
That's crazy. It only lasted for fucking 8 hours.
Well, she woke up in between there too,
Yeah.
but she wasn't like.
I want to do fucking ketamine. Fuck yeah.
I mean, it'll knock
Horse
you
tranquilizer.
out.
Horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Why you want to do crazy stuff like
It also
that?
helps
To
with people in
disassociate.
psychosis, so.
It like, yeah, I can't explain it, but like it
Well, they have,
it
like, ketamine
disassociates
trips that
you
helps you
for
with stuff, too.
like reality. It's a drug people do, and they call it you go into a K-hole,
Mm-hmm.
and like it is a anesthetic, so like it's a downer, it puts you to sleep, but like before it's like kind of trippy and stuff. I don't know, I like doing shit like that. It's like crazy. It's scary sometimes, but like the long-term effects I think are better. Like, okay, so talking about like the SSRIs, the Zofran, Zoloft. Wait, Zofran?
Yeah,
No, Zofran's Zoloft. I mean, Zoloft. What's the other big ones?
I don't know. Prozac.
Prozac. That's the one I was thinking of. It's a big one from like back in the day. A lot of people was on Prozac.
Clonidine.
All this shit. Instead of giving people these SSRIs that are gonna, like she said, she took it one night and had fucking some shadow dude holding her down. I took it, I'm like a zombie, spacing the fuck out. Instead of doing that, why don't we let people get mushrooms and take that once a year? Once a year. Like, you don't have to like take them daily. It actually
That won't
doesn't.
help
Yeah, it doesn't work
daily.
to take them daily. The receptors become blocked and you can't take them like that. Like, that's a good thing about mushrooms. It's not like habit forming. Even if you wanted to, you just it wouldn't work. You would get to a point to where it does nothing at all. But you could take it one time a year, even if you like. That's even if you need it that often. I don't even like to do them often. Like, when's the last? Like 2020 maybe. Last time I did it was like 3 years ago. And like I don't. Like, I would do if I could find them now. I'd probably do them again, just because shit's kind of been shitty here lately, and like
What is it? So they kind of like make you
it's
not really worry.
It definitely doesn't make you worry. Well, it can make you worry. You can like
I don't know.
I can't describe it. Like, it's a thing you cannot describe. It's I don't know. When I did them, like the first time I did them, I was doing it like as a party drug, because I wasn't like a kid, but I was like 20. No, I wasn't even that old. I'm tripping. I was like 19. And like I did it with this girl, and like it was great. Like, and I thought I was talking to God. Like, you know how you think in your head, you can hear the voice. Well, oh, do you have that, by the way?
What?
Like, say
Like
blue in your head.
Like,
Could you hear it?
Yourself. Do you have it like an inner monologue?
Yeah. Do you have an inner monologue?
Like, you
I
can't be
can-
like saying something right now in your head, like.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not that like you don't hear
Yeah,
it, but
you,
you
like you're
Yeah.
thinking in your
Do you
head.
have inner
don't have to-
monologue?
Yeah.
Like, you think inside your head. You don't have to
Yeah.
say it out loud to think it.
I guess
There's
it's
people
I
who
think
don't though.
I think anybody.
That is what it is. No,
No? Really?
Some people don't, and that's the crazy thing. Yeah, that's what she's
I
about
don't
to say.
understand it.
I don't understand it either. Some people,
we don't have thoughts.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah,
can't,
almost,
like,
yeah.
You have to like say it out loud if you don't.
so like
have
right
it,
now,
guess.
if I just think the word blue, I can like, I can't hear it audibly, but I
Yeah.
can hear my voice.
Like, you're gonna just like doing math, like.
Yeah,
But
some
like,
people
or,
don't
like,
have that.
Like, have to say
My
it out
ex
loud and stuff.
didn't
I get
have
it.
it, and when I found out she didn't, it blew my fucking mind. I'm like, what do you mean you can't fucking?
You can't think.
I'm like, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't have
I'm like,
thoughts.
say something in your head without saying it. And she's like, what do you mean? I don't hear anything. I'm like,
Sure.
yes, you don't hear it, but it's
So
there.
she says her thoughts out loud.
It's not that you can think clearly, but you just
that'd
don't
be,
have.
That'd be bad.
You just don't have the inner monologue to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You read a lot. When you read, you don't read out loud, right?
No.
Okay, so when you read, you can you do it like in your head.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people don't have that. That's what I'm saying.
So they have to read out loud.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I don't get it.
I don't
get it.
I don't understand because that is what it is. It's
Like,
it's the quiet reading. And
Yeah.
like how when you read
Yeah.
and you can hear that in your head.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have an inner monologue, how do they read? I don't understand it. But some people don't. But okay, that's what I meant when I said I was talking to God.
Yeah.
It was like my inner monologue, and it's like I could be like.
So it's like when they're reading, they just see the words and know what the words mean, but they don't
I don't know.
repeat the words in their head.
I don't know. I don't know what
makes
it is.
sense to me. I'm like,
I
how
can
else
use,
would you
I don't understand it.
comprehend?
I can't understand it. Yeah.
Like,
You can use music, for example. Like
Okay.
when you're writing, you're doing your lyrics.
Have a song in your head. How do you get a song stuck in your head? If you
I can
can't?
literally.
yes.
I'm not saying it out loud.
Yeah, but
I
you're-
can literally hear
Yes,
myself
yes.
saying it
Yes.
without saying it.
But even reading, it's like, how would you how would you create the story in your head if you didn't
know.
like?
You don't have an
Yeah.
imagination.
Yeah. That's
I've
why I'm
never
like, if you
thought
just
about
looking at the
reading.
words and be like, okay, I know what that
This
word
is
is,
cool.
and then go on. It's like you're seeing the words,
Words.
but there's no story being like.
You don't paint a picture of it or
Yeah.
anything.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That don't even make sense.
I gotta look it up now because now I'm like, how does that
Like,
work?
what's the technical
How smart
term
are
for
these
that?
people? That's what I want to know. On average, do they have low IQs?
That's a good question.
Because I'm like, if you can't create a story in your head, then it's like, what are you doing up there?
Is it like
I just don't understand how.
just doing it right,
What are you
like,
doing?
rapid fire and stuff?
It just that's. I said,
What are you trying to do?
I meant without. I put with. I'm trying to figure out how do people without an inner monologue read. That's such a good question. I've never thought about that until I just said that, and now it doesn't
Yeah,
make
because
sense.
that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I read a lot, but it's like I read the words, I see the words, but then create the whole story and
picture,
visualize
everything,
and
yeah.
This one says,
Yeah.
man explains how he reads without an inner voice after baffling viewers. The TikToker uses the left viewers. I don't want to read all this. I just want to know what the fuck it does. He says, let me explain. I read silently. I read with no voice. I look at the words and know what the words mean and read. But how? So you mean to tell me that there's actually some of you that hear a voice in your head? What, your work trying to call you in?
No.
always something.
Oh, see, it's not gonna let me.
That don't make
I don't get it
sense,
either.
though.
It says your brain can process the information you read without an inner voice in your head. I don't know how.
And read. As a matter of fact, the fact that you guys hear
See
a
that right
voice
there sound like he
read
actually
disturbs
joking.
me. Whose voice are you hearing?
Play it back.
Ah, fuck.
So I made a video about how I have no internal voice. A question I keep seeing is, well, how do you read? Let me explain. I read silently. I read with no voice. I look at words and know what the words mean
Yeah.
and read. As a matter of fact, the fact that you guys hear a voice when you read disturbs me. Whose voice are you hearing?
Yeah, but if you're visualizing the crap and stuff
That's what I'm
too,
saying.
make it,
That's
like,
that's
you're
what I'm
talking
saying.
about.
Yeah, anybody can look at a word and be like, okay, that word's up.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
but if
reading
you're
it.
stringing words
Like, why
together,
read if
how are
you
you
can't?
comprehending it if you're not actually putting them all together? I mean, yeah, you can just look at random words and know what those are, but if
But
you don't
how
have
do you
any
create the story? Yeah.
yeah,
Why- how is it
Okay, so
interesting?
can you right now? Because people have different levels of this. Can you picture an apple in your head?
Yes.
What's it look like?
Red.
Like you have
Round.
color. It's,
Yeah.
Is it 3-dimensional? Is it 2-dimensional? Is it detailed?
Yeah.
All that shit. Okay, take a bite out of it. Can you picture that?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder if people without an inner monologue, can they picture stuff like that? Because when you tell people to picture an apple, do you know people have different levels of what they picture? Like some can do when you immediately said red, I know you're going into detail.
Yeah.
Some people can only picture I guess like a sketch of an apple. Some can make it red, some can make it 3-dimensional, some can give it like texture. Like it's weird, but dude, the human brain is fucking crazy. And that goes back to like she was saying how we're not all the same. That's why nothing will ever affect us the same. Like there's people who smoke meth and become calm. There's other people who smoke meth and they're fucking up for fucking weeks. It's just the human body's so different.
Benadryl makes me hyper, and it usually knocks other people out. So it's like, I don't know. Or like hydrotonic.
Does meth make you hyper?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Have you ever done meth, straight meth?
When I was like 15.
Did it make you hyper?
Yeah, I was up for like 2 days.
See, that's weird, because usually if it's that way, you have like ADD.
I do have ADHD.
We'll see then. So, what's the prescription called? Adderall.
I used to take my brother's Adderall.
Does Adderall keep you awake? Then you don't have ADD.
I don't have severe ADHD. I don't need medication for it.
Because anytime I take Adderall, I'm up.
Yeah, me too. I want to draw pictures.
I know you've never taken ADD medication or anything.
My brother wouldn't do that.
You have neither, have you? No. See, Adderall makes me want to fucking like do shit. Like I get shit done on Adderall.
Do you though, or you feel?
No,
like
I legit like I get shit done.
In your mind, you doing shit, but really ain't doing nothing.
Like I do some crazy. Like I will fucking deep clean everything. Like it may be like portions. Like I'll start it, stop it, start it, but like
you gotta like go. Then you're like, oh, I had to do this.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot I was actually putting the fucking turkey in the oven and feeding the baby, and then I actually put the baby in the oven and fed the turkey. No, I don't know. Human brain's different, but mushrooms, yes, it can make it to where like I don't know.
God damn, can nobody leave us alone?
Which I got people blowing y'all up now.
Yeah. So somebody at my job accidentally locked the keys in the back room, and they can't open the store.
They can't open the store at all?
I'm the only one that got an extra key.
So they're trying to call you and be like, hey, bring the keys.
And I'm literally recording an episode.
So your store's not open
and
right
I'm
now?
like, well, it's not my store. It's like the other store.
Tell them to come get the key. That's what I tell them. I'll be like, come get this key, motherfucker. Like, yeah. Because you ain't going to get paid to go up there and do it.
I ain't.
Yeah. I'm like, I guess the store's closed today. Like, fuck. It sucks.
So y'all hearing this episode
and y'all ain't getting no fucking games. Y'all know why. Man, I'm upset, actually. So, the other night, Chris hit me up, and he was like, hey, come out to kickboxing at 7.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I've really been meaning to do this, actually. I was like, my daughter wanted to do jiu-jitsu. And he was like, well, that's at 6. He was like, come at 6 then. Do them both. And I was going to, like, ask my daughter, had it all planned out, and then, like, everything fucking fell apart. But I'm still going out to do that. But, yeah, I'm excited. Like, it's fucking expensive, but...
What is it, like $100 a month or something like that?
It's, the way he explained it, I think it's $100 a month if you want to do just for you. If you want to do, like, a family thing, it's $199, $200.
Yeah.
But I think you get unlimited, like, it's not just one thing. But $100 a month is just like the one thing, like either jiu-jitsu, kickboxing. I think he does something else. Wasn't it like taekwondo maybe?
I can't remember.
There's something else that it is, and I can't remember what it is either.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, man, come out and do this. And I was all excited, and then fucking, co-parenting fucking sucks. I don't know. See, now y'all got me stuck on this fucking inner monologue shit.
No, man.
Really, like...
You're thinking about you talking to yourself.
I'm, like, trying to figure out... See, that's another thing. So when we talk, like, I can think about other shit as, like, I'm talking. But, like, I can think of... How the fuck do they do that? They can only focus on what they are doing. Like, right now, you're talking, like... But then you're also dealing with, like, work shit.
Yeah.
And you're able to fucking multitask.
Yeah.
Can they just not do that?
Multiple things at a time?
I mean, technically, nobody really can, they say. They say even if you think you can, you can't. I don't know how much I believe that because I do, and I do it pretty well. But I don't know. They say, like, really nobody can do 2 things at once. It's impossible. I don't know about that. Well, see, and I think so, too, because I'm like, I do multiple things at once. But I guess they mean, like, you don't do... There's no way to do 2 things at the highest rate you could at the same time.
But like just walking and doing something else, that's considered multitasking, right?
But you're also considered a distraction. You're walking distracted and then you trip or something.
Yeah.
How many times have you done that shit?
The way you was looking like.
Well, I know me personally, like if I'm walking and talking to somebody, like I've either like stepped off a curb or like ran into something or bumped somebody, and it's like, oh, sorry. So I wasn't doing like walking at the best of my ability,
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. So
all right,
well, how do you fix the whole mental health thing for Arkansas?
I mean,
Besides, because I know we need
question.
funding for because like she said, there's only 2 places you can go. What is it, Valley and?
That's for that type of mental health, yeah.
Okay.
Valley and guidance.
So if we only have 2 places, like what the fuck are we doing? You don't think? And we're like one of the lowest states for everything in the country, like school, health, everything. Like we're not great. It's not good.
Fort Smith sucks, bro.
Well, Fort Smith is terrible,
Arkansas
Like,
in general.
but Arkansas, like as a whole, is not good.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying there's not great things in Arkansas. Like of course, Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, I like
is,
the Northwest Arkansas area.
Most people, that's where they want to be. But like, how do we move that from one region to like
To the next, yeah. I mean,
because Fort Smith does suck, bro.
Fort Smith got to do better.
I always say Fort Smith smells like fucking broken dreams and dog food. It's just fucking, yeah. It's just so depressing as fuck being here. And you got people like trying to do music or whatever.
Yeah, people move here to retire.
I fucking would
I don't
feel
even
bad
know.
for you if you're moving
Yeah,
here to
you just
retire.
moving here just to rot.
Bro. Speaking of reading, you read anything crazy lately?
Oh, just the usual stuff.
What? Romantic novels?
Novellas.
Sure.
Is that what you read?
Sure.
Is
She
it? No,
reads
it
all the
isn't.
time.
Or do you read like
Sure.
the exotic shit?
I mean, I guess you could say there's some romance in there,
Is it like 50 Shades of Grey type shit?
Oh, it's closer to that probably.
Oh. Damn, you just horned up all the time. You just like, I bet Sean's like, yeah, babe, go read. I'll be in there in a little bit.
Nah.
Like,
You don't know.
No. She
You
won't
won't
show me. No, I'll be
Why
like,
don't you pick up what she
I'll be
reading
like,
and check it
what
out?
you reading? She'll be like, a book. What is it about? What it's about?
Duh.
What,
Thing.
what it's about?
What's
And
the
I
last
was
book you
like,
read?
What was it called?
Yeah,
Let
because I'm
me
gonna look
see.
into it.
Let me get on my Amazon real quick.
She
I
reads
have
a lot.
I have a list. Yeah, I read a lot. And most of the time, I don't remember the names or the authors. I just go from one story to the next.
So I have this problem where I read a book, and if it's been a minute, I totally forget what it's about. But then if I start to read it, it's like it all comes back to me. So I feel like, am I reading for nothing if I don't?
So the last one I read was called Seventh Circle.
Seventh Circle
Seventh Circle
Circle.
by Tate James. It was a series. It was 4 books. So actually, Timber is the last book. That's the last one I read. But
Let's see what these books are about. I'll let you know, Sean. You might need to check her
Yeah.
reading.
She has an inner monologue, so she can imagine stuff.
Yeah.
I got a good imagination. That's why I'm like, I don't see how people could read and not like have an imagination. Because I'm like, well, then what's the joy
Why it's
in
entertaining?
reading? Be
Well, I don't think people. Well, I guess they do that. I just looked up. He reads, but like
like he
My
must
my
just
ex
read.
never would read. I'd be like, you should check out this book. She's like, I'm not reading. And now I'm like, oh, you're retarded. That's why you can't read.
Damn.
Like, oh.
Well, I mean, it's no different from watching a movie. It's just the movie shows you all the pictures, so you don't have to think about it. Like a book, you read it and you create your own. Like,
Yeah,
pictures.
I mean, they give you details, but yeah, it's up
Yeah,
to you
but
to
you use
create.
the words, yeah.
Yeah. I like
I have a bad habit though of reading stuff that's like if I read a name and I don't quite like the name, then I'll like kind of change it, and then in my head, once I like decide that that's the name in the book, that's how I'm reading it every time I see it. I don't care if that's correct, like how you pronounce it, but it's like my mind's like, nope, that's the name now.
see, I do that too, but I do it for a different reason. I do it if I can't pronounce the name, or if it's like a name that I'm like, I don't know how to say that. I'll just be like, okay, Tyler. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
I
gonna
just
sit there.
like sometimes it'll be close, and sometimes I'll go back and actually look at it and be like, damn, where did I get that name from? But then I'm like, I'm committed now.
Yeah.
Like the whole 4 series books, like it was this name. So.
Do you remember all your books that you read?
Oh no, No.
See? Okay, so it's not just me.
There's no way I can.
I thought it was just me. I'm like,
I like remember like certain books that really like stand out, but I mean I've read so many books. It's like movies and stuff. I'll go back and really rewatch stuff because it's like I watch so much. It's like there's no way to remember everything.
But once you start reading like a book you've read a long time ago, like does it come back to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, see, that's why
I started keeping track of the books I read because I haven't done that before. I'll download a series and I'll start reading. I'm like, man,
this sounds fucking familiar.
Like, I know I've seen this before. And sure enough, I'll go back and like my read history and it's like a book I've already read and I was like, oh, okay.
So I think I've been there with 2 or 3 books. I'll start reading them and I'm like, man, this story seems so weird. Like, I've read this before and then come find out I have. But yeah,
I did that the other night. I was looking for a new book and I was like going through a list and stuff.
This book
and like
sounds good.
Suggestions. And so like I was reading like the little, what do you want to call it, like preview of it or whatever. And I was like, man, this seems so familiar. So I had to go back through my read books and I was like, oh yeah, I read that like 3 series ago.
You don't read it all, do you, Sean?
No.
Not books.
Not books.
I've read books before.
That's all he reads, the internet.
I stick to the internet.
That's
the last book I read was what? That
Curious
6 Man.
George.
No, that's it.
Dr. Seuss. It was about
Stop making fun of
green
me.
eggs and ham, I think.
Stop making fun of me. No. 6
it's
Man.
That one book you bought.
Yeah.
Or I bought for you.
With Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, that
The
person.
6 Man.
This is one. So that was a name in one of the books that I read. How do you pronounce that?
Drax the Places. No.
What? Navidison?
I strode with this through the whole book.
Navidison? I guess is how you would technically say
See,
it.
how would you pronounce that word? Just highlighted.
No, me, I can't read.
But see, me, that. But see, if I started reading it, I just call it Navison.
Yeah, Navison.
See, and
I would just
think
change
that's
it and be like,
close.
okay.
Do you know how to?
Navidison, I guess is how.
Navidison.
Navidison?
I'm trying to remember how I was saying it. Davison is, I think, is how I was saying it. I don't know why, but I kept saying that over and over. And then Davison. And I was like, where am I getting David from?
Yeah. Change the end.
Yeah.
It's Davison.
Well, that's why I'm like, I would just change it to Navison.
Well, see, and so the whole
Which even
book,
then's
I'm sitting here
kinda dumb,
going,
so.
saying, then a Davison record, then a Davison. I'm like, and then I hear somebody talking about the book, and they say it correctly, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, that's not
Was
what
it
I was.
correctly?
I can't
What's
remember.
the right word
I
for
can't
it?
remember. But it wasn't what I was saying for sure. That's
But you listen to audiobooks, though.
sometimes, yeah.
I don't. I can't get into it because then it's like you're trying to like. I'm like, no, let me create the picture because I don't like how you're doing it.
I don't like how it sounds either.
Yeah, because you're telling me things and then I'm reading. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's right. But if I'd read it, like the whole picture
have
would be
it
different in my
different.
head. Like we changing shit.
Well, it depends if like, and if a narrator, I can have a good book but a bad narrator. I have to read the book. Yeah, I can't do the audiobook. But if it's a good narrator, good book, yeah. But
See,
I
can't.
multitask a lot. Like when I'm at work.
I know a lot of people do. They'll like,
You can't,
you
I do.
know, they'll clean and then listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
Me, if I do that, I'll just block it out because I have a bad habit even in school.
Yeah.
Like I used to do that when they'd make us read out loud. I would totally block it out and I would literally just count which paragraph it was. So then when the person in front of me started reading, I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, I know what paragraph I'm on.
I did that just so
But
I
it's
didn't
like
look
I
stupid
just
when I read
wouldn't.
out loud.
Like
yeah.
my brain, you start reading to me and I'd be like,
But see,
what, squirrel out there?
do you do that when you read sometimes too, though?
No, and I'm reading myself. Like I'm creating the whole picture. Like I'm invested into the story. Like.
See,
And sometimes it's like I'll stay up all night, even though I gotta be at work the next
man.
morning because I'm like I gotta finish the
Yeah,
story.
you
Like
gotta read
you
for a
can't
long
leave me on a
time.
cliffhanger. And then if you do, I gotta go start the next book and read at least the first 3 chapters. just to
I'll
know.
wake up out of my sleep and I'll turn around. She'll be
Yeah.
over there reading. I'll be like, dang, bro. Like,
reading,
You
you hear
can't leave me hanging.
yeah. Like, if she can stay, I don't know.
See, I can.
Yeah.
I can.
Like
do
I can
that.
sit here and read, and I've gotten to where I can block all y'all out, and y'all can be talking, like do whatever. I'll be over here fully
I'll be
invested, and I'll be
like,
like,
Taylor,
No.
man, she, huh?
yeah,
Huh?
I've gotten
And she'll
good
be
about
like,
it.
right back to
It was harder when I was
said.
younger. I couldn't like block it out as much. So like we'd be in school and stuff, and like I'd be over there trying to read, and everybody talking. I'd be like, "Shh,
Yeah.
I'm reading." Like, shut the fuck up.
So, are you able to stop and like pick back up, or are you like you have to finish a whole book when you start it?
It depends on how long. Like if I stop for a couple days, like I can pick it up and just continue the story like where it was. But if it's been like a couple weeks and I've stopped reading that story, then I have to kind of like remember like, okay, so what story am I on right now? because I've read so many ones, and they're kind of similar. So it's like, it's kind of hard sometimes. But
well, that's kind of the thing I'm falling into now because I read a lot of psychological thrillers and horror. Like that's my main thing I go to. And like you said, it gets repetitive sometimes. Yeah. But that's the fun thing about a psychological thriller is it always has like a twist. Yeah. I'm trying to guess. Like. Yeah.
I've read a couple of them those that are like that. It's like I think I know what's happening, and then when the end comes, I'm like, whoa. Yeah. I didn't even see that one happening. I'm like, damn, y'all got me.
What was the last one you read? Psychological thriller.
Shit, it's been a minute. I don't read them as often. But it was a series as well.
See, I can't do series. If I see a series, I'm done. I'm not picking it up.
See, I read a lot of series. I hardly ever read like standalones. Yeah. But then it's like a love-hate thing because it's like once the series like starts and then I get invested in this whole story, then it comes to the last book, I'm like, no. Like I'm not ready for the story to end.
That's a big turnoff for me. If it's like book 1 of 5, I'm like, oh, well, because I'm never reading this fucking thing.
Trying to find what it was called.
I just got added to this fucking psychological thriller group on Facebook, and it makes me feel like I got to do a lot more reading.
Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, so it's been a minute since I read it, but it was the Tracy Crosswhite books, and they were like kind of like little thriller books, like mystery books. Ain't gonna lie, every time the book got to the end, I was like, didn't see it coming.
What were they called?
The Tracy Crosswhite series.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying the author. Okay.
Yeah, Tracy Crosswhite books.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, there's like 10 of them.
Well, I still know about them.
But
I know about them because I don't fucking read them.
Yeah, but that one was pretty good. But I don't read them very often. It's just when I get bored, then I'll like switch to those. Yeah. Because some of those like books they kind of get repetitive. It's like the same theme, just different names.
Horrors like that, like.
And then some of them, it's like more just sex every 5 seconds, and I'm like, okay, I need a little bit of story too. Like.
Do you like Colleen Hoover?
Yeah, I've read a couple of hers. Hers are more like. I would think kind of teenish, like.
Think so?
But the ones I've read, I mean, I haven't read all of hers, but I mean, they're good, like little like Hallmark books, is what I kind of think of.
I definitely agree with that, but
like I think.
Which one did you read that you think is teenish?
Well, I mean, it's like when I say teenish, it's like Hallmark, like like ooh, we hug, and that's about as much PDA as you get.
Oh no, you ain't reading the right books because these motherfuckers is fucking like.
Well, which ones are you reading?
Really? Damn near all of hers.
See, I haven't read all of hers.
Some fucking girl got me in a fucking rabbit hole with them. Like, yeah. But they're all pretty much the same. It's like guy meets girl, twist, but they work it out. Like, I don't know. It's like the same shit over and over. Yeah. Like, November 9, I read that one. And it's a guy's mom kills herself.
So, I've read Reminders of Him, Regretting You, Heart Bones. I think that's what it's called. Too Late, Layla.
Layla's good.
Yeah. So all those that I read, I feel like
your library, like all the books you read.
Yeah, I keep track of all of them.
Did you like Layla? Because that was almost like a horror story.
Yeah, like they were all good, but to me, it's just like.
Did you see the fucking twist coming?
No.
In Layla?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either.
But yeah, they were good. It's just. To me, it kind of just feels like a Hallmark kind of book.
It did, yeah.
On most of them. And I'm just like, yeah, it's good if I want a cute little story to read.
Layla I think Layla was the only one that stood out as like a different. Yeah, I like Layla.
Yeah, but I know she's got a lot more that I haven't like got back into reading yet.
It's just, no, you're not wrong by saying it's all like, it's very much the same. You should start reading, Sean. I'll bring you some books.
I've tried to tell him.
I don't know.
Or you would not like the books I read.
Probably. I don't know. I'm into
like him reading Guts.
You know what I'm into, like
sports.
Yeah, sports.
Like man, shit.
Music.
Get him an autobiography.
Like
no.
I don't know.
You would probably just like those picture books.
What you trying to say? I can't read.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
I mean, like.
What that's supposed to mean?
I mean,
if you like documentaries and like shit like that,
I do.
You should look up. It's not a documentary, but it is like a story of the dude's life, and it's called Man's Search for Meaning. I think I've told you about this before, and you were like, "No, because you were like, what's it about? And I was like, it's about Nazis, but it's about the Jewish perspective. It's about a man who survived in Auschwitz, and it's just so heartbreaking. And like, dude, I like cried reading this book. And there's not many books that's gonna make me cry. Like, even the saddest shit in a book, I'm just like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, this book, I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, Nazis are bad. Right. Fucking. Like, I mean, I knew they were bad beforehand, but, like, how fucked up they are.
Yeah.
It's, like, twisted shit. But it's also,
like it. I don't know.
It's a story of, like, hope. Like, his whole, like, drive to keep him going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might like it.
You should try. I want to see if you cry.
He won't.
I know he won't.
He won't finish it.
He
You don't think I'll cry?
No, you won't read it.
You won't
I
fucking.
won't read it.
No, you won't read it. Yeah. You didn't even write it down or anything, motherfucker. You just like, I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gonna do it. He done
No,
forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
called?
say, but what's it again?
Yeah, you don't
What's
know.
it again? Like, I don't know.
I just finished a Chuck Palahniuk book, and it's called
You readers.
Not Forever, but For Now.
Dang, we gonna.
It's the weirdest fucking story. It's yeah.
You need to read, bro.
It's fucked up.
Use that imagination.
He ain't got an inner monologue. You can't. It's hard.
I got an imagination.
You saw that. Boy. It was
I
great.
got an imagination.
What other topic did you
Some
have?
stuff.
Before we go down a fucking rabbit hole.
Go through all the books we've all
mean,
read.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, but Sean.
Sean's just like,
Everybody got books.
I read The Sixth Man. It was really good.
Read that like 10 years ago.
True.
I really,
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Need to just get rid of that book. You ain't even ever gonna reread it.
Yeah, I read. Once I read it, that's all I need.
You don't even remember what it was about.
Okay, but
Yeah,
see,
I do.
that's
But
the
anyway.
best thing to do is read a book, give it some years, go back and read it, because the book's not going to change. The book's going to be the same. It's you
I'ma
that have
change.
changed,
I'm
and you're
black.
going to see like new shit, a different perspective. Yeah, that's what I like about.
Yeah, and I do remember what's in that book anyway. But yeah. I mean, I got some.
I do.
Yeah, I do remember. I got some music news.
Okay, what you got?
The last episode. Keep it
Black out motherfuckers out.
So remember on the last episode we was talking about a decline in sales of hip hop. I feel like there's
Update, it ain't changed.
well, right. So it hasn't changed, but I feel like there's somebody that can single-handedly save hip hop,
No
and
way.
I feel like they're saving hip hop right now.
Who?
Doja Cat.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm being serious.
I'm being
She's
serious,
killing it
too.
right
Get
now,
the
bro.
fuck outta here.
So she was the only artist to hit billboards this year. Stop like a 9-month drought. Yeah. She's number one on TikTok right now. She just came out with an album. Album is doing good. Her album charted. I haven't heard it.
Then how can you say she can
Well, I mean,
single-handedly save hip hop if you're not even listening?
She's charting.
But that doesn't mean shit.
She's charting. She's bringing life back to hip hop this year.
She's not even hip hop though.
This album is hip hop.
It's not. It's not.
So you heard
hip-hop.
it?
I've
It's
heard
called
some
Scarlet.
songs.
It's called Scarlet.
The songs I've heard ain't hip hop.
Well, everything is. This genre is so wide now. They calling a lot of stuff hip hop. Just like that Bruno Mars album.
I don't agree
like
with
they
that
try to
either.
say that was
No, it's
hip hop.
Not at all. It was pop, R&B ish, but it's not hip hop. Yeah.
Well,
He's
I
not.
think
He's not rapping.
I think she can. She's according to.
How do you think just
Billboard,
Doja Cat can when we have Drake still? Drake
Drake ain't drop nothing.
When he drops, it's over.
He need to drop
there's no
because
drought. He's working on that. I think it's almost done.
he needs to drop because sales are declining right now.
Let me look up Drake's album.
Hip hop is in trouble. Remember, I told you they were saying like they better stop talking about ass and titties and shooting and all that stuff
I don't even
because they
think have
said
to
it
do
like
that.
that's what's hurting hip hop. They said it's too repetitive.
October
It's the
6th.
same thing. So that's when he's dropping.
So boom, hip hop's back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they said. They said like the rush, the route, the rush what they call it?
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
They said that is Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, and Nicki.
I wouldn't put Nicki up there. I mean, I guess put her up there for sales, but like me personally, I think Nicki's bars are terrible.
She's
Back to China, just a race in China with the race in China, and I'm race with China.
Yeah.
Fucking like, yeah, like no, Nicki's terrible.
But
it's so funny that
she's
Nicki and Cardi B's husband is like beefing, and they're like,
right now. Yeah.
"I'm out here, where you at?" Like, bro, that's gotta stop.
Yep.
Y'all are grown as
that,
fuck. Did you
that
see
type of
Offset
stuff?
on Kai's like YouTube?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's been doing a lot of stuff here, like recently, because of that whole beef thing with.
Okay, well, he went. This had nothing to do with beef.
Okay.
He went on there and had fun. He joked around. He was dancing, and bro, he sent a message to Kai, and he was like, "Thank you. Like everything's been so serious in my life. I needed this." That's what's like the bad thing about hip hop. It's so fucking serious.
Yeah, man.
Now, granted, I don't like the jokey shit all the time. Like when Eminem does like his singles, and they're always the jokey song, like the Real Slim Shady, "Hi, my name is," like
Eminem.
yeah, all them just like jokey. Like I don't like it when it goes that far, but when you have to be super serious all the time to where like you can't smile, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm gonna spend a block on my op.
Cool,
That's
like
what they say.
I know, but cool. Like
And you're like, you're gonna do what? I said I'm gonna shoot him.
I just
Like-
think country is gonna be big for a minute, but it's a pendulum. I'm telling you, everything it works this way all the time. It's a big pendulum. It swings, and right now it's swinging to like country, indie, folk. Give it time, the pendulum will swing back, and then nobody will talk about country, and then over time,
Well,
it'll
it's
fucking,
just like trends with anything.
Exactly.
It's like those old record players that everyone used to listen to like albums on and stuff.
Yeah.
They went out with all the digital and stuff, but now it's like people are going back and like buying vinyls and
I bought
listening
my
to.
daughter a few years ago.
Yeah,
a
it's like
record
they've
player.
come in to like
Yeah.
play again, so it's like everything goes in and out.
Hey, you know what's fun with them record players for real? Like, I don't know if you've ever like had a record player.
I had one before.
And like play like today's music,
Yeah.
and being able to be like, or like slow it down for real, that shit's fun as fuck. Like I got stuck in my daughter. I'm just standing there. It's on her dresser. I'm just like standing there like fucking with Billie Eilish music, but it's fucking fun. I don't know what it is about it, but yeah, I used to do that shit with the cassettes back in the day. You could leave the little door open, put the cassette in, and you could just like press the fucking things that turn. Yeah, see, I don't know nothing about that. Fucking CD babies.
These cassettes.
Fucking
If you held down like fast forward, not all the way, it would play it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Didn't have to.
Did you
open
take
it up.
a piece of like a napkin or toilet paper, and like you put it inside of like the cassette? There's like a hole in the cassette, and you put it in there. And you can actually record yourself. I don't know if y'all knew
You
that.
could just
Yeah.
record yourself.
Well,
Wait,
that's.
what?
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess. Well, I guess
Napkin
I'm.
recorded you?
Yes. No. So the cassette, the napkin. No, not the napkin. The napkin. Then
Taking the napkin out, he's like, "That's me, y'all."
No.
Put it in
No.
here. Put that in here.
No. So the cassette, the actual. This is how I recorded. Because I have a microphone.
extra.
No, bro. Well,
That was the magic touch. Right
No.
there, okay?
I don't
Well,
recall
that's
anybody
the only
ever
way-
saying you had to stick a napkin in there to
no,
record
it's
on
like a
it.
paper towel or a napkin or a
Okay.
toilet paper.
Okay.
I'm
The
being
CD and
for
the
real.
player, like in the
Yes,
player.
so this is how I recorded. I had a karaoke machine.
Then I had
It
to
was
record.
cassette, microphone. So the only way that I could record was you take the cassette. Look, y'all looking at me like, no, bro, you making this up. I'm not.
No, I believe
So,
you.
it's
I
the
believe you
cassette.
did it.
Hold on, it's the cassette.
But why you
the,
did
the
it, we
cassette.
can't figure out.
Okay.
So, take the cassette, put it in the cassette player. When you hear record, it never will record. Was trying to figure out why I wouldn't record. So, like, you could take like a napkin or a piece of paper or a paper towel or something like that, and you can actually rip it. And then in the cassette, there's like a hole in the cassette, like on the side. You actually
That
put it
didn't
in.
Okay, well, I
connect
hope
to
somebody
the
in the
tape.
comments will
No,
say,
being
yeah, I
for
did that
real.
too.
Nobody's gonna say that, dude.
No, Google it, bro.
I don't think.
I don't see how the
I'll
piece of
record
paper
it,
records
yeah.
it.
No, well, there's
was it like a
It's
key or something?
No, like I see what you're saying, but what I'm asking is when the paper was in the hole, because I do know there was holes around the cassette.
Yeah, like at
Did
the
it
bottom.
touch like the tape at all?
Did it erase the
put the
tape
cassette
magically
in.
with its touch?
You put the cassette in, and then I guess you can hit like. There's two. What's the two buttons that you can
Record
hit?
and play.
Yeah, record and play.
Recorded.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to add the napkin.
You
though.
didn't have to do that.
You just hit them both.
That's what we all
I was
don't know what the
putting-
napkin is.
I was
to do
putting the
with
napkin
this
in there.
scenario.
For some reason, I guess my thing was messed up then.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like, were you
that's
putting
how
like
you
one of these
record.
little holes or something?
Yeah,
like,
so there's a hole like down at the bottom right here. Not on this picture,
I
but
don't
there's a
know
hole.
what the whole
Man,
Oh, let me find some.
I don't know what magic touch the napkin you used had, but
That's it.
okay.
Block
Yeah.
the airflow or something.
Got the right frequencies going.
well, that's how I record it.
Alright,
Hold on,
So I
there
could
is
record
something.
over,
Hold
like,
on,
actual-
there, you may be onto something.
There's
It
the
does
way I
say how
record it.
to hack any cassette tape.
Maybe some could.
And we hacking cassettes.
I mean, I was using like actual
Holy
cassettes I
my
bought like with musicians and recording over those if I didn't like it.
Yeah,
So,
I could
mean,
always
I did-
record over
yeah,
anything, so I don't know why
Like
you would
I'd
have
request songs on the radio station and wait for them to record. Like, so I have my own little playlist. What taste I?
Any cassette can be recorded over. All you need to do is just take a bit of paper.
Man, I'm not
You
tripping.
might
He's
be onto
doing
something.
it.
Hold
He's
on.
I'm not
doing it.
tripping, bro.
No, he's doing it, but I just don't know.
Why?
Yeah.
So
What kind of cassettes did you have? That's what he's showing right now.
Yeah, he's,
missed that first edition once or something.
Cause I never had
that's how I had to do it.
he's doing it. You're right. I just never, dude. I've never
never
had that
had
problem.
Yeah.
had some copyright.
We
infringement
just still
stuff
need
on
the
his.
explanation of what the paper did.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Like, he's showing it. He's not saying like why though.
Like an unlock.
I think I got it off
First
of
find and
somebody
put
else.
some
I seen
paper or
somebody else
sticky
do
tape.
Probably
it,
got
so
enough
it was
that
like,
video right there.
no, it wasn't the
That's all.
video. I think it could have been like my uncle or something because that was the first person that I knew
So it
that
was
was
like a lock or
recording.
something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So it covers.
Alright, sure, man.
There's
It says if you didn't want anyone.
it's
So,
true. I don't
if
get
you-
why. I've never had the problem. Never ever. In the history of recording on a cassette, even like I said, my first tape was an NSYNC cassette. I could just hit play and record and just fucking
Yeah.
record over that shit.
Someone gave me a Ricky Martin cassette on my birthday one year.
This
I'm like,
person said
mixtape being made.
you open the tabs on the top of the cassette. It was a safety mechanism.
It's like for that.
Yeah. So it said
That's
it
how we
covered
did the
them
back
with
of the
scotch tape or filled them with paper. It would allow you to record over the tape.
I was
So
poor,
like
maybe
if
I
it
didn't
actually
get the
had
nice
music
tape.
on the actual tape, you can actually record on that same tape. Kind of like, I guess, like she said, copyrights.
What it's
I always
saying.
say building
So
too,
the
though.
so the paper magically rubbed
It's like
off
a
what
lock
was
or
already
something.
on
Yeah,
it.
see, I don't get what it's why, but this says why do people put it there, and it's like the record protection tab is your best friend with a cassette or
Magic.
cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
This is a piece of plastic that is either removed or slid into the save position in order to protect your cassette from accidentally. Was that a fucking word? Am I dumb?
Erasure? Like
Erasure?
erasing it?
Oh, that looks weird as fuck.
I've never
Erasure
seen
or copying over while it's playback. While in its playback machine.
So it's a
I
save
guess
button.
it's a fucking real thing. Maybe.
Yeah, I
Fuck
did that. I did
Okay,
that
how'd you
before.
figure that out though?
Yeah.
I think it was from my uncles because my uncles used
Oh,
to record
God.
music back
So
in
you
the
was
day.
there.
The crazy uncle.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
"Hey, Sean,
Hey, it worked.
you know if you take a cat and you like spin it around 3 times, like you unlock a pot
I
of
thought
gold."
they was big rappers back in the day. They'd be recording because I
I
would
just never
always
had that
be
problem.
like,
Maybe he had their tapes like from back in the day, so they were older, so you had to do that stuff.
The one that he was showing looked newer, actually. It looked like clean and like. Okay, you was right.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
yeah, that's what I
Doja
did.
Cat ain't saving hip hop, but I guess you was
I
right about
feel
fucking
like, I
cassette
mean,
tapes.
according, hey, according to Billboard, which is the most trusted source when it comes to like music,
It's
they
not.
say, who is?
It's
What
not
is?
Billboard. Billboard
Who is?
blackballs people,
Yeah, because they can't like manipulate
Yeah.
the
so you can't trust
the numbers
Billboard.
and stuff.
Because if so, like I said, that whack ass fucking, and I'm telling you, I don't like this dude,
who is it?
Tom McDonald.
Yeah, okay.
I do not like this dude. So
He
I'm
always
not
on the
like
billboard.
trying to take up for him.
Yeah.
But they don't give him like his credit. They don't tally his sales and streams.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't know why, other than it's the shit he raps about and the way he is. And like I said, this is somebody I don't like, so it's not like I'm trying to be like, ooh, they're just blackballing this guy. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't like him, and I can still say like he has the proof of like sales, stream numbers, and all this shit. It's all on his YouTube. Like he gave whoever needs that information, like Billboard, he gave them the backdoor access to all his stuff. Like sent them the login or whatever it is, however you do it. And he was like, look, I should be up there. I couldn't remember if it was number 1 or something, but it was like, it's definitely, he should be on Billboard. But he's not. So yes, you cannot trust Billboard.
Well,
Billboard promotes who they want.
That's true.
They
And
allow
you can
who
actually
they
buy.
want.
You can actually buy your way a placement on a billboard.
And that
so
shouldn't be done.
yeah,
That's like a...
they don't go by like the actual stream
Yeah.
and like sales.
So think about that. That's like if a UFC fighter was like, Dana, I'll give you 25 grand, rank me number 6. Well, 25 ain't enough, but you know what I mean. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be that way. Drake drops October. It's done.
Gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's over.
Okay.
Even though I think Drake's last few albums have been all misses. I couldn't tell you the last album that I really liked. Views, maybe.
Okay.
Views. I just
So I
scratched my
got-
fucking knee. It hurts.
Got a little bit of sports news. LeBron James, he won a award for the best record-breaking performance. Because you know he's
Says who?
ESPN. it was the
Who
SB.
said?
It was the SB awards.
Okay.
So
Who votes for that?
that's a good question. Probably the people. I want to say probably the people or whoever.
I'm not mad about it. LeBron's a great player.
But he
I'll
got
give it to LeBron.
the best record-breaking performance when he passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the league's all-time leading scorer in NBA history back in February of this year against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He did a speech. He said, I don't care how many more points I score, even though he's the all-time leading scorer. He said, I don't care what I can and cannot do on the floor as long as I can contribute to the sport without cheating in the game. You know, he's known for, not only is he known for, you know, him scoring, rebounding, you know, passing and stuff like that, but he's known for like his longevity.
Okay.
He's 39 years old. And for him to be still dominating the sport at 39 years old, I think that's pretty impressive. Because you got people that, you know, they come in their first year in the league and they get injured and pretty much their career is over. They're not the same.
See that shit?
And he's been in the league, what,
I've seen those. I haven't seen those.
19 years?
Yeah. Was Vince Carter in the league longer?
Let me see.
Vince Carter was in the fucking league.
I think he
forever.
has. I think he's the longest. He's not active. He's not the,
I know he's
the
not
active
no more,
player
but-
anymore. But I think he had the longest
Him and
career.
fucking who's the boxer? Bernard Hopkins.
Yep.
Crazy
Yes.
longevity.
Bernard Hopkins was the oldest champion in boxing history.
Crazy.
I think he
longevity.
won his first belt when he was like 36, 35, somewhere in like the mid 30s. He was old. And then he fought all the way until he was dang near 50. He was at 40 something, 47, 48.
Let me look up when Glover Teixeira won the belt in the UFC.
Yeah, so LeBron James is
Glover Teixeira won the belt for the first time at 42 years old.
42. Oh, so he was older than. Is it in boxing?
No, UFC.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying, like, that's impressive to be 42 and just now win a belt.
Is he still fighting right now?
He just retired. He's Alex's coach. He's the one who fought Jamal Hill. That was his last fight, and Jamal fucked him up.
But I just think that's impressive for you to still be considered like one of the most dominant players, and you're like one of the oldest.
Yeah.
Like people will be like, "Oh yeah, he's the best player," and he's still outbeating like these young people.
I give it to him. I think LeBron's good. I just think he's kind of corny and played out.
Yeah, well, he's one of the greatest. He said that he just signed a 2-year extension, so he's still gonna play. And he said he wants to stay in the league until his son comes to the NBA.
I was gonna say, do you think he makes it?
I think he will. He takes care of his body.
Yeah, I think I meant to touch on that too in the last episode. I think I can't remember what it was. I think it's $1 million is what he spends a year.
Yep.
On his just like health.
Health, like his
like
training facilities.
Shit,
Yep. So, I mean, I think he can make it.
What do you think about this fucking alien thing in Mexico? I think we laughed about it on the last episode, but now I'm seeing like X-rays and shit of it.
Yeah. So aliens are real.
I mean, like, have you seen this shit? Like, that's the fucking X-ray, like, of it.
The movie was watching.
And then this one has, like, eggs in its fucking...
You said babies?
That's what it looks like.
Or shit.
Or, I mean, I don't think... The other one didn't have shit, so why would this one? But, like, that's the fucking...
Is that him?
Somebody talking about it. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. UFO expert. Ooh.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's... I thought it was fake. I thought it was like a statue or something, or like something made out of stone.
It says unrevealed to the public.
That's fucking crazy.
That is crazy, man. That is. Me and Taylor was just watching a movie. Have y'all seen that movie called Nope?
Nope.
Nope. But it's kind of about that. It's like aliens.
We've talked about it on here before. Nope. And I've talked to people that like work and they're like, I won't spoil it for you. Spoil it. What the fuck is it? What's the big twist?
Aliens.
That's
well,
it.
It's like they had like an alien, like a ship.
I didn't guess it was aliens.
It wasn't,
Somebody was
it
like,
wasn't a ship. They thought it was an alien ship.
Yeah.
But it turned out it wasn't an alien ship. It was some like alien organism that was going around eating people and horses and things. So apparently got angry because they fed it a fake horse and it spit that shit right back out at them. So it was mad.
They lived in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds you of like almost like I don't want to say an octopus.
Worlds.
Maybe like I don't know how do starfishes eat?
Oh yeah, because
don't they have like a hole that opens up and they have to eat?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
kind
That's
of
how it was.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it was like a big circular thing that looked like a spaceship, but it was a hole like in the middle that opened up and it sucked it up and ate shit.
So it's just aliens, like that's the twist.
Yeah, it was like
basically
they thought it was a ship with aliens and they were beaming like
but
things
the ship
up,
itself is the alien.
but it's like a living organism that's eating things.
I guessed aliens, and they was like, no.
And then it was like some kind of predator shit where if you looked at it, it ate you.
Yeah.
But if you didn't look at it, it wouldn't eat you.
It'll like go past you.
I don't know.
But that was out in the middle of nowhere, and like it was stuck behind like this cloud.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like everything.
Disguised
as a cloud. Everything else was moving, but this one part of the cloud was just
disguised itself,
standing there the whole time.
Itself, I guess.
I mean, they try to catch it. Like they had cameras and stuff. They end up installing cameras.
Did they beat it or did it just leave?
They beat it. They destroyed it.
They tricked it and made it eat a like big balloon. Like you know, like they have like car places will have those big blow up things. Like
so basically choked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
And then it like I don't know if it died or if it just flew off.
It was like ugh.
What exploded?
It was little. Remember? Well, yeah, because it tried to eat the balloon, and the balloon exploded, but I don't know if it actually exploded the thing, or if it just floated off after that and gave up.
Yeah.
If aliens come, what do you think happens to us? Let me hit you with this theory. So I just heard this not too long ago. You know how, like, we do, like, with cattle, right? We raise them, we give them, like, make sure they're grass-fed, and then we eat them, right? I heard this theory that basically our souls are like that for aliens. And it is in our body to like mature over time and like we go through like the bad shit like gives us like more flavor or something. I don't know if they necessarily eat us, but yeah.
Trauma makes you taste better.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to, and that's why like we go through shit, because when we die, wherever our soul goes, like soul, whatever you want to call it, soul, your spirit, soul, whatever the fuck, your consciousness, wherever it goes, that's where like they're harvesting it. So like we're just kind of like.
So they just out there in space with magical nets, catching
Who's the
souls
most
floating
fucked
up.
up?
Like, let's go fishing today.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I think they're gonna destroy us.
Why? What if they're so smart and so much more advanced? Why bother? They're gonna take one look at this planet and be like, "Man, that's a bunch of dumbasses down there. We might as well leave them where they at."
You would think that, but
I mean,
look at what we do anytime we go somewhere new. Like back when the Earth wasn't like explored and like mapped out, like, and people would like travel by boat.
Who's we, white men?
White men, fucking Europeans, whoever. I mean, other people traveled to Asians, fucking Genghis Khan. Like, anytime they went somewhere and people had something they wanted, it was never like, hey, let's just trade and we'll be cool. No, it was always a fucking mass killing. You know, so like, who's to say they won't come here and be like, well, y'all have something we want, but
like what?
fuck y'all. Water,
Like
it could
what?
be anything. I don't know.
This planet.
It could be something stupid. Like,
This
look
planet.
what we were killing for. We were killing for fucking gold. We were killing for
Electricity,
salt at one point in time. Salt was like a big thing. Like years and years and years ago, salt was such a big thing. Spices was starting wars.
Remember during COVID, like toilet paper was like,
Yeah, like
the
whatever
big thing,
commodity
like, it
is
was
hot at
crazy
the
with
time that
toilet
you
paper.
need toilet paper, fucking hand sanitizer.
I don't see aliens coming down for some toilet paper.
Well, I mean,
You know how like
I mean, there's,
electricity.
Like, it just seems like what the fuck they need electricity? They got spaceships that
yeah,
fly
they're
through
probably way
space.
superior
I feel like they
to
said if they
technology.
flying on their spaceship to get here,
What would you
they
think?
probably
Wes? What would you
good.
think they would come down here for?
That's the thing. It could be anything. Like I said, it could be water. It could be a mineral that we have. We have all kind of minerals. It could be whether it's ore, titanium, fucking
Who's to say
gold.
they ain't already here? And they
And
just
well, they found that thing
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
They can
if they
take-
are out there, they probably
Rip
come
the
and
skin
visit.
off of a human and put it on themselves.
Okay, this ain't no men in
Yeah,
black.
and be walking around.
See, I don't know about that either. I don't know if that's like, but then like, okay, when you get to talking, like, I was telling about my cousin, right? And I like some of the stuff, like, she says, like, seems out there. But then other times she's, like, real rational. And, like, that's why I wanted to come on, because I wanted to explain this stuff. But, like, we was texting back and forth, and she was telling me, because I was telling her about the Satanic Temple. Because she was like, you should look into this. Your beliefs align with this. And I was like, my beliefs align with a lot of things. Like, Buddhism, the Satanic Temple, Hinduism, like my beliefs is basically growth. Like, that's why I'll never be married to one idea, because as I grow, I should be able to outgrow that idea when presented with new evidence. And if you can't, that means you're just fucking stuck.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, that's why I hate when people are like, oh, no, Christianity is the only way, and we have to believe this one thing and not stray from it.
Yeah.
That means you're not open to anything new. Like, what if I have new evidence that, goes against whatever it is you believe? 100% goes against it. And you're just
They
like,
refuse
nope.
to believe it.
Yeah. Like, I think you should stay open-minded. For whatever, anything.
That's the only way you can grow.
I think so
in
too.
life.
Yeah, I think so too. Because if not, Kendrick just sent me this voice message actually, and it's actually like real beautiful. Like, it had me tearing up. But he was talking about like not being perfect. Like, it was some deep shit. He was like, don't ever strive to be perfect, because for one, like, perfect is so subjective when it comes to humans. Like, what's perfect for you at 21 is not gonna be perfect for you at 30. But if it's perfect, it would, remain. It wouldn't change. Perfect is perfect. But he was like, what we call perfect is more like stagnant. Once you think you're perfect, you're no longer moving. You're no longer growing.
Yeah.
He was like, so, like, don't ever strive to be perfect. And I was just like, damn, bro. Like, which I never do. I don't ever, I don't ever try to be perfect. And I tell my kids that all the time, like, you're not going to be perfect. There's no fucking way. Like, it's impossible for you to be perfect. And if people ever say, and if people are ever like, well, you got to be better. True, you can always be better. But that's the thing, you can always be better. Whether it's, like, LeBron might be the best at fucking basketball, right? But, like,
There's stuff that other players do that's better than him.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can always be better.
he's not a good shooter. Steph Curry is considered the best shooter of all time.
Which blows my mind. I don't understand how, like, you got the best shooter, but he ain't the best scorer. That almost is like a contradiction to me.
I get it. He doesn't shoot as many times.
But when he does, he makes them.
When he does shoot, he's good, but he just don't get the ball enough to shoot it.
Yeah, he don't get the ball enough to shoot it. And then LeBron James has been in the league longer than him. So I mean, there's
Well, then you also
factors
said
that
Steph was had more injuries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I like LeBron. I just think I'm tired of hearing about fucking LeBron.
Who's up next?
For the GOAT?
Yeah, if you tired of, so it was Michael Jordan. No, yeah, it was Michael Jordan.
Who's the
Kobe
GOAT of the
Bryant,
next era?
LeBron James. Who's the GOAT now? I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't think we know yet.
Yeah, the NBA don't know.
See
yet.
that? I just now seen that.
Is that true?
I mean, it says breaking news. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know who Keith Thurman is.
Yeah. So Keith Thurman versus Javonte Davis on December 9th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. I know
Yeah,
who
they
this
call
dude
him,
is too because I know him from getting knocked the fuck out. There's a fight where it's like slow motion and dude fucking rocks him and the ref is like,
Was it about
fucking
Pacquiao?
I can't remember who it was,
Yeah, he
but-
lost to Pacquiao. So
he definitely
I actually think he only has 2 or 3 losses. He ain't lost that many times.
he may not lost the
maybe
fight that I'm
won,
talking about.
man.
Yeah. But he got rocked
Yeah.
and like that's the whole meme is
Yeah, I know it's he has less than 3 losses. 3 or less for sure. And I think they call him one time.
they call him one time.
Yeah, I think they call him one time.
I have no idea. I'm trying to
Keith
find him.
one time or something like that. But he's good. I don't know if
It
he
is
can-
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao. Yeah.
Yep, it is that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That'll be a good fight. I don't know. I'd rather see O'Malley fight him though.
No, I would
I'd
too.
rather see O'Malley and Javonte Davis.
I'm telling you, man, O'Malley can hold his own. Like, and it's not just because I'm gay for him. I mean, I am gay for him,
So
but
is
that's
he-
whatever.
Well, because Javonte Davis is considered a power puncher.
Sean
Like-
O'Malley is too. Sean O'Malley is considered a one-punch KO type of fighter.
It'd be a good fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Be
So-
around the same weight too, because Javonte
But-
is around that 135, 145,
but
something around there.
Javonte's short as fuck.
He is.
How tall is he? He's like,
5'6", something like
he
that.
seems way shorter than that.
I think he's
5'6" is it? Like a whole lot shorter than me.
I'm 5'6".
What'd you say?
I said I'm 5'6".
I think he's like 5'6".
Sure you're not a little more down than that?
It's so funny.
A little more down to earth?
So funny.
Okay, yeah,
What'd you say?
5'5".
5'5", see?
Yeah, see.
That sounds more like it.
Yeah.
He just looks real little. Sean's supposedly 5'11". I know this dude, he goes by the MMA guru. He always gives Sean shit. He's like, you're 5'9". Like, you're not 5'11", you're 5'9". But Sean has fucking a 71-inch reach, I think.
He's long.
Long.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how he can do them angles, man.
That's why I think Tank is gonna have problems if they ever
Yeah.
box. It's not gonna happen. I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
That'd be a good fight. I
Daniel's
think
not
it'd
gonna
be
let
good
it
for
happen.
them.
Yeah, I wish, but it ain't gonna happen.
That'd be good. I would go see that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch anything Sean does. UFC, boxing, basketball. I'm gonna watch it.
Mhm.
You know that was his first dream. He wanted to go to the NFL.
I did not know that. Dang.
He was
He was a good football player?
I guess so. He just said he could never get big. I mean, he's got height and length and all that, but he was like, weight, yeah.
Okay. This is something that I want to touch on. This is something that Tayler actually was talking about last night. So the wildfire in Maui, Hawaii. You know anything about that?
We talked about it.
We did?
Because we talked about how the lasers don't burn the blue objects. Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually different.
Okay.
How you pronounce the name? This is probably wrong, but there's a place in Maui, Hawaii. I think it's called. Yeah.
I'd have to see it, but I know.
How you pronounce it? Right here.
The Lahaina. Yeah.
Lahaina. So there was a wildfire in Lahaina. That's a place in Maui, Hawaii. It's over 2,000 acres long.
Okay.
But there was a fire there. They have like hurricanes and stuff down there. Well, I guess like the winds were so strong that it broke the power lines, and the power lines sparked and they broke and it caught fire, and like it destroyed a bunch of land, a lot of acres.
Okay.
Let me see. So it says a fire broke out in the state of Maui, Hawaii. It caused a widespread of damage, killing 97 people to make it one of the most deadliest disasters. Dozens of people were killed. Dozens of people were lost. A lot of people came out. All the rescuers came out. They said they couldn't find them because it was so much ash. They said that the wind caused the power line to fall, and it snapped, and it caught fire. The law firm filed suits on behalf of the victims, claiming that the utility company was at fault for not having equipment that could withstand high winds, despite the warnings of a hurricane that they can detect from 100 miles away. Okay. So they said it was the electrical company's fault.
Well, now the electrical company is going to come out and prove that that's what caused the fire. And if you can't do that...
Well, they were saying, I don't know, because they were saying that, like, they can detect a hurricane from 100 miles away. So why don't they have equipment that can withstand all that stuff?
Well, they should. But just because you're able to detect a hurricane 100 miles away doesn't mean you're able to protect from a hurricane. We can detect it all day through satellite imaging.
Let me see.
But that's not on the ground.
Maui County officials filed a lawsuit on the Hawaii Electrical Company, saying that they mismanaged the power lines, allowing the power lines to spark.
I don't believe that's what caused the fire. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I just don't think. When we're talking about like a place like Hawaii, like you just said, they get hurricanes and stuff, right? I bet everything is pretty wet, like out there.
Yes, because it's surrounded by water. It's an island.
Like I just could picture it, like they probably get a decent amount of rain and whatnot, and just moisture. So like, I don't see something able to like, especially if it's a power line falling into a wet area. I don't know if that's enough to cause.
It should be like fail-safe something.
Yeah. Well, that too. So as soon as that breaks and it starts to like go out or whatnot, or like the connection's broke, it shouldn't be able to be a live line to keep on sending power through. It should break the current.
I agree.
I mean, I'm not an electrician. I don't know how that shit works, but I mean, they do warn, like even here in Arkansas, like they're like, when you see a down power line, stay away.
Over 6,000 residents lost their homes. They're now staying in hotels, and then over 1,100 are staying in Airbnbs. The government is giving rental assistance to the people for 18 months, and American Red Cross will be giving residents meals, health support, and financial support. But they say that the residents are frustrated because they said they are receiving more from the charity organizations and the volunteers more than the actual government, because they said the assistance that they're giving is not enough, because they have to restart like their homes.
Yeah, you see what Biden gave them, didn't you? The check. I think he gave them like $700.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, we got more during fucking the COVID bullshit, and we got multiple. What was it, like 1,200 we was getting?
I don't know. per
Bitch, you fucking
person?
know, don't fucking lie.
Well, I had like
Yeah.
a lot of like. Is that are you
I
talking
think-
about per person or like?
I think it was like 1,200
Yeah.
per person.
Yeah,
Was it
I
not?
think it
Or
was.
no. Maybe
I think.
I'm lying. Maybe it was like 600,
I think it was 600 per kid.
Yeah, maybe it was.
maybe 1,200 per like in a grown up.
something like that.
Total.
Anyway, a one-time check of $700
Not enough.
for someone who
It's
lost
expensive down there,
everything.
too.
Yes,
I don't
it's
know
a.
about them, but I know Wahoo's expensive.
They say it's a historical
My who was
site.
expensive.
Yeah, people go down there for like vacations and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like partying, food, historical. Stuff.
Well, they say like it's being
import everything.
yeah, but I hear people from Hawaii complaining about basically like white people coming down and like buying up all their shit.
That's what
Yes.
they're trying to do
Yeah.
with finance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering if like that's what these fires are about. Like they devalue the property.
That's what I
And
say.
these
Because
rich
you have
Taylor
all
was
these
talking about it and
celebrities
all
like
that.
Jeff
Yep.
Bezos, Oprah, and everybody who's
Why
went
not
down
they're
there
down
and
there
bought up.
asking for donations?
Yeah,
Why
they
don't
went
y'all
down there and bought
donate
us
all
like
the
I mean
billions of
Oprah has
dollars?
like what 1,000 acres.
She owns 1,000
down there in
acres.
Maui.
Yep.
And so you got all these like famous people who are going there and buying stuff, but it's like, okay, so you thought it was good enough to buy another vacation home that you don't need,
Right.
but now you're asking the regular people to help donate to rebuild a city.
I seen that.
That
It was
got
her and the Rock,
destroyed.
wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
she got a lot of
Yeah.
backlash from that because everybody's like, it's
Like,
funny.
rich ass
You
gonna
could
ask
do
You
it.
have
Yeah.
literally a house, however much the house is, plus 1,000 acres that you own down there that didn't get touched by the fires.
'Cause they like had
But now
prior
you're asking
firefighters
for
and
like
stuff.
other people. So like her and The Rock, I think it was like 10 million.
10 million.
They
yeah.
like joint put in to
It
like
was
as like a fund to start a fund.
GoFund.
But it's
How much
like-
They're
the
still
Rock-
asking other like
Yeah.
regular people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like why don't you just like
Y'all, that's like chump change.
Yeah.
Oprah,
Especially for Oprah.
Jeff Bezos, Barack Obama, Owen Wilson, Mark Zuckerberg, all of them have like property and houses and stuff.
Said in
down there.
2023, Dwayne The Rock Johnson boasts an impressive net worth of $800 million.
Yeah.
yeah,
And you gave 5,
yeah.
and Oprah
Yeah.
gave 5.
But again, the
Yeah.
place was nice enough to buy another vacation home
Yeah.
that
Well,
you don't need. But yet
somebody
now that it's
commented-
been devastated,
Yeah.
it's like oh well, you guys help out. Like it's terrible.
'Cause
What
somebody
happened
had
They
here?
don't
commented
look like
and
they're
said something
doing
like,
something.
It's
they
like-
felt like just because they're rich, they're not
Okay.
obligated to help. And I feel like
And that's
this.
why I could never be rich,
Yeah.
right there. I'm telling you, Rob, if I ever get a large sum of money, I'm going to not have it for very long.
Just
But the
gonna help
thing is,
everybody.
it's like it's very convenient because you got all this land that's been burned up and devastated.
I
How
think
many
it's
of those
sketchy.
people are going to be able to rebuild their
You
homes
said
on that
Oprah's
land?
didn't get touched, or it
No,
did?
Yes, it did.
hers is like far away enough.
yeah,
Like it's an
to it.
hour away from the town that got like burned down.
Okay, I was gonna
So
say.
it wasn't like harmed.
See, I would be suspicious if
again-
hers did get touched because then 1,000 acres, right?
Yeah.
You know she has insurance. She's rich. They have insurance on everything. She is going to get paid bank off of just like the damage.
But the thing is, it's like now you have like pretty much an entire town that's been leveled to ash.
Yeah.
All these homes that were lost
And I
by
bet you she's
people.
gonna buy a lot more.
That I'm
Yes,
like, how many
yes.
people are going to be able to come
That's what
back
I
in
was
and
thinking.
rebuild their homes?
Are
Yeah.
they even letting
Or
them go back up there?
businesses.
They're like not letting
No,
them.
No, it's
they
all
gotta get
ash.
off.
Yeah,
They're
it's
still
blocked
trying to
off.
sort through all the ashes to find
Yeah.
remains because they're not even sure how many people actually have died yet because
Yep.
the remains are so badly burned.
Yep.
So it's like, no, that place is going to be
That's
untouched for
another
a
thing,
while.
man.
But eventually, who's going to go in there
Yeah,
and
who's gonna start
rebuild
doing
that?
If it's
Rich
if you're
people
so
who can
badly
afford to,
burnt,
not the
Let me
people
buy
who
you
live
that.
They
there.
said it's
Yeah.
that's what it's
5.5
gonna be.
billion in damages.
Okay, but look, if you're so badly burnt to the point we can no longer like recognize you, it takes a lot of heat to like
People are missing.
dispose of bones.
Yep.
Like people who get cremated, it has to be hot as fuck, and even then, it doesn't like burn it all. Yeah. So,
I think it was planned, bro.
well, not only do I think it was planned, I think it was something more than just like a fire or electricity. I think it was something that was very, very fucking hot. Then, like we touched on the whole blue shit, how nothing blue is touched. I think Oprah's house was even like blue at the top, like the
Dang.
rooftop.
So they already knew. I felt like it was all planned. I felt like it's out with the old in with the new.
I think it's
they
out
already
with the
know.
poor
Well,
and
it's
with
the
rich.
easiest way to get rid of
okay.
people out of
Yeah,
that
out
like
with the poor and with the
place
rich.
because, like I said, they're not going to have the money to go back in and rebuild their entire town, their entire homes,
Celebrities gonna
their
buy up all that
livelihoods.
land.
How many people are going to be able to afford to do that?
Yep.
And so if they can't, then only a rich person who can afford millions of dollars to invest in an area is going to be able to
messed
put
up,
money
bro.
into
It is.
it.
And they're not gonna rent that stuff out. That's for the.
No, it'll be
Yeah.
like even bigger because that was said like what is like one of the like big tourist areas.
It's a
So,
They
yeah.
have the tourist revenue now.
So yeah, but it's
They don't
like
get it, they don't
in a
get
few
it.
years when
well, it helps
rich
the
people go
economy.
in and buy it and rebuild it, it'll be even bigger tourist area because it'll be brand new, rebuilt by
You know, what's-
So it's like, well, that's very convenient when your
Yeah,
high attraction
yeah.
tourist areas will now be rebuilt completely brand new.
That's
By
what I'm
people who
saying,
have
bro.
Millions of dollars to
Extremely
do it.
yeah.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah.
do you know fire is actually one of the best things for like growth? Like the best thing to do is to like
Set it on fire.
yeah, like crops and stuff is to burn it. It comes back better because it gives it like the ash and all that stuff. Like it's like so like nutrient rich.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like
So you see the crop fire, like the controlled burns and stuff.
yeah. Well, they do that to if there ever is a actual fire. They got it to where like it won't go past this certain point. But like you see like rainforests and stuff, like jungles or whatnot that have been burnt, they come back like 10 times stronger. That ash and everything in that ash is like full of nutrients and it's just really good for everything. And it's weird how like the worst thing for something
Can make it
is actually like
better.
the best thing
Yeah.
for something. I don't know. So like that makes me wonder too. Like, do the like is that another thing? They burn it, it's gonna come back like even better, more beautiful. And now, like she said, we're gonna build like crazy tourist shit to attract all these tourists. But we're not gonna give nobody their land back.
Right. Just like you
That
said.
just makes
Yeah.
me feel fucking
It'll-
sad. Like
Yeah,
fuck,
because it'll
man.
end up, they'll either get bought out by whoever, or, the whatever land will go, I guess, back to the bank, whoever, for people.
But
out-
right now they're gonna put the price at the value it's worth right now, and it's worth nothing because it's fucking nothing.
Yeah,
It's
they're going to get it
devastating.
for, like, pretty much dirt cheap because
Yeah.
people aren't going to be able to afford to, like, be trying to, like, restart all their stuff over here and rebuild a house over here, too.
It makes me feel like I don't know. That makes me like not like our government even more.
Yeah.
Like I already don't trust them for anything. Because I mean, look at what we were talking. What is it? Because if I try to pronounce, it, I'm not gonna get it out. Where they fucking did the neighborhood of black people, the fucking Tuskegee.
Tuskegee.
Yeah, Tuskegee experiment. Like
What happened?
all that
They
shit
did
was,
like black males with syphilis to see how it works and how it to treat it and stuff, but it was only black men they were doing it on. A lot of them died, got dementia, got the worst effects of the syphilis. And
syphilis
they
is
acted like they
crazy.
gave them
Yeah.
whatever penicillin, but they
Yeah.
were giving them nothing.
Dang.
So they thought they were gonna.
And this is like real shit. This
you can watch
yeah.
like documentaries and stuff on it.
And
I think
syphilis
there's
is
a thing,
crazy,
like a movie
bro.
made about it.
That's crazy.
Did you know syphilis is the reason for why people wore wigs back in the day? Like the whole powder wig, like George Washington era. Like you ever wonder why they all wore them fucking dumb white
Them
wigs?
white wigs? Yeah.
It's because a king had syphilis, and syphilis makes you, for one, lose your hair and like create sores and shit all over your body. So he started wearing wigs, and since he was the king, people were
Everybody.
like, "Damn, that's the new trend, bro. I need to get me a wig too."
Okay.
That's also where the term big wigs came from, because the more rich you were, the bigger your wig was. And it's also where the term nitpicking comes from, because wigs would get lice so bad they would have to sit and legit nitpick
The lights out of the
the
wig.
lice out the wigs. Like all this shit. Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
from
just get a new
fucking-
wig.
Well, your place is infested with
still-
lice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Still,
so
the new
think
one will
about
get it, too. I mean,
I was like reading this thing about like castles and shit back in the day, and like when you think about castle, you think like it's extravagant, like you must be rich or in a castle. That's how people say, like, man, you live in a castle. Do you know how nasty castles were? Like it was so bad that like one king, I think he had like 16 places he could go, and he had to like rotate like throughout the year because it would just become so full of like shit and grime and fucking just disgust. They didn't have indoor plumbing, so like they're just shitting, you know, like wherever. The fire fucking to light everything, the soot fucking building up on the walls. They would talk about like how like it was impossible to clean. There's just no way. The rats, the fucking not being able to store food properly.
Yeah, because they don't have this stuff like how we have now.
Nope.
Like the cleaning supplies.
They thought water was
freezers.
bad for you. They wouldn't take baths because they thought water was it was that's how you got sick was water. Which back then it probably was true because their water wasn't like water today. It was untreated shit water.
Contaminated and stuff.
It's crazy, bro, to think like how bad fucking.
So just imagine them like their skin and stuff. I bet you it was dirty.
Imagine getting pussy back in the day, bro.
What? Okay,
bro. For one, they wore layers. Layers. I don't know why, but they fucking layered the fuck up. So think about it. That thing is swamp ass fucking, you know, like a motherfucker. For two, there ain't no shaving. Ain't nobody fucking trimming no fucking coochie. And now we ain't washing that motherfucker. No wonder everybody got fucking syphilis and got holes in their fucking nose and shit. Yeah.
Look, I see it.
You probably know somebody's fucking from like 3 blocks away. You're like, oh, Reginald. Don't be doing that in the daytime. We gotta smell that shit.
That's gross, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking gross. And you had whores back in the day too. That was just like, ugh. Nasty.
Sores down there.
Fucking cochinas. Fucking nasty. Women ain't shit. That's all I'm saying.
Why?
Why?
Oh yeah, go on your little stuff you talking about
women not shit
last night. How you said
what were you saying?
Guys need to take more accountability for stuff.
Like what? Because
I can women ain't shit because you can't be accountable for your actions.
No, I can be accountable
she
for
was
my
saying
shit.
that like
I mean,
all
say
about
shit.
like the
I was saying
women pregnancy.
Yeah, when it comes to like getting pregnant and stuff, I feel like guys don't take nearly as much responsibility as they should.
What can we do? You want us to like carry it for 6 months of the fucking?
No, I'm not. Once they get pregnant, it's like the act of like before you get pregnant.
Oh,
it's
you're saying it's not looked at as like the guy's responsibility to protect?
Yeah.
I believe that.
Most majority of the time, it's like expected for the girl to be on some kind of birth control.
And if she gets pregnant,
and then
that's
it's like
her
how
fault.
many times? How often do guys ever get tested with for STDs?
Yeah, she was
like
going off on me last night.
Yeah, because these are like that. I'm like, no. How many guys have you asked to have kids that be like, man, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. We just had a kid. It's like, what do you mean you don't know what happened? Like there was no conversation, but hey, you protected or I need to be protected. Like it's a 50-50 thing that it's like, but no, it's just expected. Like, oh, well, she didn't say nothing, so I just assumed.
Yeah.
Why would you?
She asked me. I go get my yearly checkups every year. So she asked me, do the doctors ask if I want to be tested for STDs? And I said they don't never ask. But
if you're going for just a health checkup, I don't.
Well, I go for like the full thing. Like
you've been
take
asked.
blood.
That's what I'm saying. I've been asked multiple times. Yeah, that's why I'm like, why is it girls are asked and like guys?
Responsibility.
Yeah, it don't. It's like because like it's
they
uncomfortable for guys. Well, you think it's comfortable for us? Like we don't like doing that shit.
So they ask y'all every time.
I don't think it's uncomfortable for a guy to get tested.
They gotta scrape our cervix for some tests.
I don't think it's like it used to be back in the day. I don't think you have to take like a Q-tip and stick it up in your dick.
Right.
Anymore.
So that's what I was saying last night. So ours is when I go get mine, they make me
because I'm like they do that shit to us. So
blood and pee.
Yeah, they make me piss in a cup, and they said that you can detect like STDs through your urine.
I don't know about viral ones. I think you still have to do a blood test to get a viral, like HIV.
But they don't ever ask. They
That's
just
the
say
case. Why the
piss in a
fuck they
cup.
swabbing us?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like now I feel like you just doing that shit for funsies down there, cause.
Do y'all have to do that because of the Pap smear?
The Pap smear is different from being tested for STDs. It's two different things.
They're like, we're gonna go ahead and do this though while they're down.
I don't even know what a Pap smear. I know what
they
it is.
pretty much
like
scrape off like part of your cervix to like test the tissue to make sure it's not cancerous.
Yeah, it's like
of your cervix.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for STDs or whatever,
yeah.
well, I mean, it don't really feel good. They're picking fucking
open it
knife
up
in
and then
there
they're
and like scraping.
like the most
the
sensitive
fucking,
part
like,
up there.
Yeah.
The
But then while they're
duck
down there,
looking
like,
thing.
oh, you want to
Yeah.
like be tested for STDs or whatever as well, and then they take the little cotton swab and swab
Well,
it. And
but
then
they
charge
asked.
it.
Test.
Yeah, but the fact
so y'all can
is,
say
they don't ask
no.
y'all. Yeah, but the fact,
No.
but
When I,
The
when
point
I go,
is-
they don't
y'all,
ask.
They
it's a
don't ask
choice.
y'all, but
but the point, yeah, it's a choice.
Why?
But the point is,
make
why,
us feel bad. Like, yeah, go ahead.
why is it a responsibility for women to make sure they get tested and checked out, and then the guys go and it's like,
I don't
oh,
think-
you look good, okay, cool,
Yeah,
you're
no,
good
I
to
don't think
go,
that's
have a good
great.
day.
And especially when it comes to the whole baby
Like,
thing, I don't think
you
that's
should be
correct.
asking
Yeah.
everybody because it's like boys stick their penis in all kinds of things, and you don't ever be like, oh, how many sexual partners have you had? Oh, do you want to get tested? No, they don't even ask y'all that, do they?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
see
do
that.
that.
Like,
They,
yeah.
they would ask us
sexually
that
I don't
active.
shit.
even get a fucking
Yeah.
yearly checkup.
Yeah,
'cause I don't
even
wanna
when
find
I be
out.
like, well, I'm married to
It's
the same
like-
person for 10 years, but well, you want to get we'll go fuck ahead. You're already
let's
down
see if he
there.
was fucking up.
Go for it. I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah, I could say no, but you already got your face and everything down there, so fuck, why not?
Well, I know a lot
At
of
that
wives
point-
in Fort Smith that have dudes fucking a dude and they don't know about it. So, yeah, it don't matter if you're
Stuff
married.
going
Yeah, I don't know. I don't go to the doctor. Like even when I get sick, I just ride it out. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
But it's like, even if you were sleeping with like multiple people, would you ever cross your mind like, man, maybe I should go get tested
Yeah.
just to
Yeah,
see?
it crossed my mind because this girl called and said she had something, and I was like, fuck.
But if the girl called to tell you, but otherwise, if you didn't get a call, you just assume, oh, you good.
If I didn't have any symptoms, yeah, I would.
Exactly.
That's oh, I said.
Exactly. That's
dang,
the point.
Wes,
You assume because you have
proved
no
her point.
symptoms,
Dang
you don't
it.
need to get
Whoa,
tested. But you can have
because-
shit and give it to other people with no symptoms.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Especially,
Dang,
like,
so you
HPV.
right. I
But
guess
that's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
guys
That's how
say-
guys think. Oh no, it's
'Cause-
looking good down there. Everything's
Yeah.
great. I ain't
It
got
ain't
nothing.
burning.
That's
I'm
crazy.
sleeping with everybody.
So
She
last
called and
night-
said nothing, so we must be good.
So last night we was talking about it.
So that's what I'm
And
saying.
like
Zero
you
responsibility.
literally when you said like no, I won't go get tested, you actually just proved her point because she was like
I
most
agree with her
guys. She
point. I
said,
think she's
yeah, she
right.
said most guys if they don't have to, if they're not feeling any type of
Yeah.
symptoms,
But that's
they'll
also
say
like
no, I'm
saying,
good. I don't need to go get tested.
why would you go to the doctor if you're feeling okay?
That's what I said. I was
You
like,
wouldn't.
yeah.
So
But
like,
again, it's
They're
like
having different,
when,
like, sexual
when
partners
like
and shit.
guys
Like,
go in for
that's-
their yearly checkup that supposed
not
to
everybody
do.
has a yearly checkup.
Not everybody does,
I haven't
but
had a
even the
fucking
ones, but the ones
checkup.
that
It's 'cause you don't go to
do.
the doctor.
I don't. That's.
But I'm saying
You
even
should,
for
bro.
the
Just
dudes that
go,
do,
just to go.
how many of
No,
them
go.
get
It's
asked
worse.
about like being
Why,
checked for
bro?
STDs or how many sexual partners they have?
Yeah.
Well, see, and when this happened, I
That's
was
a
like
business.
15-ish. I don't know. I was like in the height of like my sexual fucking whatever. And I don't even.
15 was your height.
Yeah, that was 15 inches. Yeah. 15 inch dick. Anyway, so like that's when I was like really like fucking around and whatnot, and like and it was girls coming on to me like I wouldn't go out, like I was scared of fucking females, like I didn't
He
fucking.
hyping himself up right now.
Well, I didn't have no fucking game really. I could talk a little bit, but like yeah, I was short, skinny, fucking white dude, you know, looking like a fucking retard. Anyway, this girl I hooked up with her, I think 2 times. And then, like, it was just like a random thing. It wasn't like we was dating, we wasn't even talking. This whole wild thing happened that she ended up at my house, and then she needed somewhere to go the next day, so she stayed again, and boom, that's when we hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
After hooking up the 2 times, she disappears for like 2 weeks. Calls me out of nowhere, and like she's crying. And I'm like, what's up? And she's like, she thought she was pregnant. That's what it was. She went to go take a pregnancy test. And I'm like, fuck. Because I couldn't,
Could be
It
yours.
could be, yeah. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I know she's going to go do that. She goes to do that. She calls me crying after that. And I'm like, no. Like,
She's
fuck.
like, it isn't yours.
Well, I wouldn't have gave a fuck about that. Like, please let it not be mine.
Yeah.
But she was like, I got good news and bad news. I'm like, oh, fuck. What does that mean?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not pregnant. I'm like, well, that's great. Like,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And she what was it? I almost said syphilis. I was like,
Chlamydia?
Yeah, chlamydia. Yeah.
Mm.
She's like, I got chlamydia. And I'm like, I don't have it. I was like, I'm fine. I don't have no symptoms. And I was already with somebody else at the time. I was with my baby mama,
Hell
actually.
no. See?
So, like, then we went to the fucking place and had to get medication, which luckily it was just like
Did you
medication.
tell your baby mama it was
I had
from
to.
her? No. I'm like, did you give me this? Like, did you act like?
Oh,
you
no.
didn't know where it
I
came
told her
from?
straight up who it was. Yeah. I was like,
Did you?
Yeah. I was like, Beth called me. That's not her name. anybody.
Yeah.
It's not her name. It's like Beth called and said this. Yeah. Because like I said, it had to be longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was done with somebody. And, we done hooked up. Which, granted, back then, like, shit moved quick. Well, I don't know about how it moved for y'all, but back then it moved quick. So it was like, second week, I'm like, yeah. Taylor's like, I ain't saying shit.
It was pretty quick. It was pretty quick.
Well, I mean, before y'all is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. We talked about that last night, too.
What, like?
Yeah,
well,
she was like, who'd you hook up with before me? Stuff like that. I had actually just
Who had more?
I had actually just. Well, no, it was a tie.
It's a tie?
Yeah, because I actually had
The way
just
she
broke
said
up. What? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
The way she was like, yeah, we tied.
It's, in technicality, it was tied.
Hold on. Let's make sure we get this. We definitely saving this episode. I put it on my phone and everything.
I ain't gonna put all that out there.
What you mean?
You remember when I gave you my number? I think my number was wrong.
Hold on.
I think my shit was wrong. I thought about it later.
Rewind. How many?
2 is the legitish number.
Whoa, what the fuck is legitish?
I mean, because it was
about
almost
to get
3,
her in
but
trouble.
not necessarily. So the third.
Hold on, wait, because I've had this exact
Well, it
situation.
was before me anyway.
Well,
So.
yeah, so fuck it.
Whatever.
Well, I say that, but I can't get past shit like that. Was it, I'm bad about it, bro. Like, okay, so look, I was in this situation too. Was it almost 3 because, like, it was in already and then, like, y'all stopped? Or, like, was it, like, y'all didn't even get to go in? Because if it went in, it's 3. It's 3. It's 3. It's 3.
No,
It's 3.
I'd say it's 2.5.
It's 3. It went in.
It's 2.5.
It's 3. If it broke the fucking, like, if it was just like,
I don't think it got that far.
stop! That's 3.
That's in there, bro.
I don't count it.
Oh, 3.
I don't
Okay.
count it.
Now you know. She won.
It's 2.5.
Well, mine was 1.
Damn.
Mine
Wait,
was 1.
no, 2 because you gotta count me, so that's 2.
Oh, well then it's 4.
No.
What?
No, look, you trying to make it.
You just added
Who's the
right
4th
there.
one? No.
It's you. If she's
Whoa.
counting 3 before you,
No.
then hers is now 4.
3.5.
Before
No, it's
so
2.5.
I'm 4.
No,
I'm
how did
3.
we get to 4
I'm
all
3
of a
'cause you
sudden?
said
We
4,
went
so
from 2
I'm
to 4.
3.
We doubled
So I'm
this
3.
somehow.
I'm 3.
And a half.
No.
Your 2.5 was that before him. That's what he's
The
thinking.
fuck,
So he's
now
like,
I gotta
that
rethink.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
So
Damn, y'all confusing
Yeah.
me.
This is like that question,
No.
like if somebody's running
It's
there
a
in second
solid
place.
2.5 because I don't count the other one as a full 3.
There's no, you can't say a
Alright.
solid half
Alright.
though.
I feel like it was half.
Because like you was like, wait, no, I
Didn't
changed my
fully?
mind.
No, he thought he was gonna be cute and play games.
I
don't
don't know.
play
I want to
games.
ask so much more now because
I
that's so
don't play games,
crazy. I
so-
don't know what that means.
What? The half?
No, what she just said. He thought he wanted to be cute and play games.
Yeah.
Was he trying to
Because
play
you're
games
at
in the middle of like intercourse?
Yeah, like he thought he was gonna be a little tease, and I'm like, nah.
What the fuck happened
Like-
now? Do we need to turn the mic off? I need to fucking
No,
know.
I mean, hey,
Bro, I'm not
keep
gonna-
this shit recording.
No, I'm not
Nah.
gonna get into it. I don't want to air all my shit out.
Oh well.
Got too many
My
nosy
number's
motherfuckers.
definitely higher than y'all's. Like, if
I'm
y'all are
crazy,
talking
man.
about 2 and 3 and maybe possibly 4, my number's way higher. And like,
Well, I'm
I don't
talking like
believe
2.5
how.
actual
But she's number.
sexual activities.
I
Yeah.
am too.
He doesn't count like making out and stuff like that.
You don't. No, you
No,
count
no,
who you
no,
have
you don't
sex
count
with.
that.
Yeah.
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 Well, he's only been out with like 2 people, so.
Damn, bro, you can't kiss. Let me see.
Yeah, I've
Probably
only
3.
made out with 2 people.
And a half. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
saying-
Well,
She's
I
actually counting her. She's number 2.
I'm like, I don't know.
I wish I only had 1.
Yeah.
Like, or at least like a 2 or a 3.
So more than 5. More than 5.
Oh, what's my number?
Yeah.
I'm double digits
Oh my god.
for sure.
You need to
15.
get checked for sure.
Probably
Yeah.
around there. I think when I gave you my number before, I wasn't counting a few people, and like I totally
Oh,
went back.
dang.
Yeah, I
You're
forgot.
all
You forgot.
rounded
I
down.
forgot.
It
I
was like-
forgot. I was
so-
trying to go through like, cause I tried to do like the okay, her first, her, and I missed a few in there, so it was more than what I thought. Yeah, but that's like I said, when I was like 15, 16ish, like that's when I was like the most active. Like I'm like the least active now.
Right, through him, huh?
They were slutting me out, bro. Girls had to like tell you it was okay to do that. We would
Here we go with zero responsibility. Man, it wasn't me. I was there, a willing participant, but it wasn't me.
That's true.
I can't be like, we're having sex to a girl.
Yeah, they're gonna
She has to be like, we're having sex. Otherwise, we're not having sex.
That's true.
100%.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole condom thing, I agree with you.
I feel like it's like still a 50% participation here.
I feel like that's true.
Guys are always gonna be down for sex. That's not the question. The question is the
why
girl.
y'all so willing?
Have you ever felt pussy?
I can't say that.
Have you ever came? It's pretty cool. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Like, I'll put up there with like a good sandwich with chips.
It's
like,
a sandwich with chips.
It's fucking
not even a steak dinner. Like it's a sandwich and chips.
I mean, yeah, it's up there too.
Well, that's probably his best meal. It's probably
a sandwich and chips. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, now we know where our standards lay.
Like, that's why guys.
That's him. Look, you about that.
You telling me?
So you gonna compare me to some sandwich
you
and chips?
You telling me that when you were single, if a girl was like, "Sean, I'm trying to fuck," you wasn't like, "Me too."
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't really hear girls saying like,
shit.
It's always the guys though that's saying that. Like the girls that I know, they're not gonna approach a girl and be like,
"What girls you know?"
Well, you number 2, so. But I'm just saying in general.
No, I ain't no number 2. I'm number 1 always.
I'm talking about you number 2, the girl that.
Nah, I'm still number 1.
Oh, so
I'm the only one that matter.
Duh. But anyway, like,
That's
I don't know.
Because we was talking about it last night because she was like, "What we gonna talk about?" Or I hit you back with the same message. You was like, "Anything." I was like, "Also, we're gonna talk about how many girls you got head from."
Yeah, and I said, like, sure. I said, sure.
So what's the number, Sean?
Yeah, Sean.
How many miles have your wee been in?
2.
Damn. Hold on, wait. So your record is.
Dang, so you just gonna
you 2 for 2?
Me out there?
Well, y'all, I would have expected that.
What you want me to be like? Oh no, man, I don't have sex with my wife.
Yeah, like I would expect that.
That's not what the question was.
Well, no, it's not what the question was, but I would expect that too.
Let your air out like that.
I would also expect it to be the other way around.
You can't do no more podcasts.
Damn, you 2 for 2 though? Like you smashed and got head from both of them? You like Jordan, bro.
Nah, I mean...
You Jordan.
Nah.
I ain't get head from everybody I smashed. Did I? No. Yeah. No. Maybe. I gotta go back through again.
Revisit that list.
I was like, once I left, I was like, damn, I didn't even think about her. Oh, I didn't even think about her. Like, but a lot of mine was like a
Selfish.
What was like one time?
Selfish.
Yeah. So
y'all was using me.
Selfish.
Girls is out here using dudes for fucking.
So how did it come about? Were they kind of like, hey, you want to have sex?
Yeah. Like we would talk for like a little bit, or maybe even someone was like a long time, like years. We would talk, and like it was like always like sexual tension, and then it would just be like it just happened.
So they asked you first every time.
I don't like they didn't come out and be like, would you like to have sexual intercourse? I don't remember that, but they would definitely have to be like, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
You know, or like,
and
not even like ask, but like be willing. I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't want to be like, yeah, no, I fucking made that bitch fucking fuck. Like that sounds weird as fuck. Yeah, they had to be willing to have sex. It's not.
I think that's crazy because like if you like the other way around, like if you be like, yeah, I made her have sex with me, or like if a guy say that, they're gonna be like. Damn, like you,
that's very distinct.
Like you forced.
But a girl can call a dude and be like, "You gonna give me that dick? I'm gonna come over and you
but
gonna give me that dick."
But is that considered like?
But you off the option, be like, no, I'm not.
Is that considered rape though? Is that considered rape?
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we need to bring up the gremlin again?
Are they like?
Rape?
Do we need to bring up the gremlin?
I mean, that was borderline assault there. So
I'm saying, like, I almost got SA'd. So.
I mean, that's legit, but.
But is that like considered like rape though? If a girl be like,
girls can definitely rape guys, 100%.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
Yeah, but like you just said a minute ago, guys are pretty much down for anything.
Guys, they are. But sometimes
They're
they're
gonna
not.
be down for.
So-
Down
I'm
for
telling
getting
you,
raped.
when there's a girl sitting in a car next to me and she is damn near butt-ass naked and I'm keeping eye contact and my eyes do
How
not
long
wander
did you sit in this car though?
for a minute. Because
So was
Could've
the
got out of
doors
the
locked?
car.
Did they have child locks on them to where you couldn't get the fuck out the car?
the problem was
Uh-huh.
she showed up at my house.
Okay, 911.
And I didn't want her knocking on my door
911.
because I didn't want to punch a bitch.
Get out the car.
Well, I was like, I'll just go here and I'll have a
Is this-
conversation.
I'm just
Is this what I think we
saying.
talked about?
Yes, the
You
groomer.
willingly got in the car and sat with her.
Now I get it. Now.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
gremlin.
She didn't have
All
you
right.
handcuffed. She
No,
didn't have
she
child
said,
safety
I'm
locks on
outside.
the
And I'm
door.
like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm outside. And I'm thinking, I don't want her around my kids. Let me just go out and talk for a second. And like, as soon as I sat in the car, she's like, yeah, look what I'm wearing. And she's just like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Gonna get his band.
and so I'm just sitting here like, yeah. Like, no fucking eyes didn't wander.
Yeah.
Nope.
I just feel like that was partially on you though, because you could have
I
handled the
agree that
situation in many ways.
Well,
And as soon as that happened, I've been like, I'm getting out the car. You better leave him. Call
But here's the
911. Tell
problem.
him you psycho.
I did try to handle it the
Yeah,
other
because
way.
that person is crazy. They would have walked to your door.
Probably like that.
Yeah.
I tried
That
it. As a matter of fact, it happened when she tried to do it again. She said, I'm coming to your house. And I showed
Was
you.
this, you ain't got nobody call for backup?
I tried to call this motherfucker.
What was he?
He was my
gonna do?
backup. And he said, punch her in the face.
Oh yeah, I think I did say that. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I would have punched that in the face,
Yeah.
or I said I would have shot her or something. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah, he said shoot her.
Yeah, I was like, I would have
That's a
shot her,
little
bro.
extreme.
Because I said, well, they was
That's a little
working together at the
extreme
time. I'm like,
for a
bro, she's saying
4 foot
she's going to come here.
Person. I mean, you know.
After
She actually told. This is a true story.
I
Because
said,
she actually told
don't.
me that she.
I said,
How'd she get
went
your
over there.
address?
she got it years ago because she came and picked up a dollhouse that I gave away.
Damn, she saved the address
That's-
for years.
Man, she crazy, bro.
That's kind of the crazy
crazy.
I
thing.
barely remember addresses I lived at 10 years
Not
ago.
insane.
Man,
I couldn't tell you.
That
Well,
was
except my
somebody
childhood one.
else's.
Yeah, my
this is
childhood.
true. Who's telling the truth? Because I actually.
I know
She
the
knows.
person.
Yeah,
I went to
and
school
I
with
was
this
like,
person.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know this person.
Man, this person's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we was talking about mentally crazy. She's
I just feel
Bro, her
like
mental
Yeah,
health
bro.
was hanging on with about as much hope as
Don't
that
say
track
it.
was hanging on.
I've seen those too.
bro. If you
Look,
just
Man, stop.
thing will
Every
fall-
time we do this, y'all do
it
this,
would,
man.
it would fly off, bro. It was hanging by a
Yeah,
freaking.
y'all need
And
to
she
be
would come
nice.
to work like that,
I feel
bro.
bad.
Y'all need to be nice.
Okay, I need to be
Y'all
nice,
need
right?
Jesus.
I couldn't just get out the car and leave her talking.
Yeah.
No, in that situation, you definitely could and felt no
but
remorse.
I gotta be nice. See,
No.
now it's like be nice, but now
But there's a difference between just talking shit about somebody
Alright.
and getting out of a shitty situation that is
Okay, so let's say
endangering you.
he got out the car and then she got out. She
Because
got out
I'm
the
like,
car and
first
walked
of
Yeah.
all,
to the
if I
house.
got in
Yeah.
the car to talk to somebody and they just like whipped it all, I'd be like, what the no, sir, we didn't agree to this situation.
it was weird as fuck.
Unless we
With-
did
with
agree
the
to the
kids on.
situation, I'm like,
Yes.
all right, let's go. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, see.
I didn't want this person knocking on my door.
Yeah, and then your kids.
I
end up
still
seeing
wouldn't have
it.
sat in the car. I at least got out the car, so if she got out the car, we could run around the car and like
I don't think she was
circle
gonna like
it.
come
Don't
to,
catch
like,
me.
yeah. I just didn't want it.
I just
at
wouldn't
my
want to be in
house.
close contact situation.
Well, I thought even the car was cool. I was like,
Yeah, see,
because
that's,
I'm in a different seat, and then like when I was like,
that's
I'm going
too
in.
close for comfort. Like I
Well,
said, I'd rather
check
get
this
out,
out.
and
I
then
was
you
like, I'm
chase me
going
around
in.
the car while I'm calling 911 on
About to
you.
get out, she hops over the motherfucking thing and jumps in my lap, and now I'm like, what do I do now?
Throw
Like,
that bitch out the
What
car,
did you do?
open the door, and toss her out.
Dude.
I was like, I gotta go, and she was like, no, stay for a little bit. I want these to be yours. And I'm not going into it. I'm not.
Yeah, I want to hear the
No,
story, bro.
That's
I want to hear the story.
all right. First of all,
I can't.
look.
Yo.
Just
First of
picture
all-
that, bro.
Oh, I can picture it.
I'll
I
be
picture
like-
it very well.
First of all, like
I would have threw
I
up.
picture it very well.
in my defense, for one, the hair was done better. Okay, it was like the two braids, so it didn't look as bad. So just
Okay.
in my defense,
Okay.
I didn't have that little like feather thing going on.
That's what I'm saying. If she has enough hair to have two braids, why she want that little? Okay.
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 But it looked good.
Yeah, okay.
It looked better.
Okay.
Anyway, when she got in my lap and I was like,
said,
it was fake.
like he didn't want to know.
It wasn't her hair. Well, okay. So like, I'm going to go get out the car, and that's when she's like, whoop, jumps in my lap, and like I'm telling her all this stuff. I'm like, you're married, you got a man, whoop, whoop. She's like, but I want it to be you. I want this to be yours. And I'm like, I don't though. Like, I'm in a whole situation shit myself. Like at the time, like I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm like, I'm not trying to get into nothing. I don't want nothing. And she's like, you know. As a dude, like I'm like, all right, like one time, like,
Okay.
how do you not?
Slight encouragement there.
How do you not?
Slight
at
encouragement.
That point? What would you have done?
Push that bitch off of me.
Nah.
Yeah.
If a girl and you were single, pretty much single, and some girl was like, look at these titties, you gonna be like, bitch, no.
If it's somebody that I'm not interested in, I mean, I ain't gonna
build
punch
different,
him.
bro. I'm looking at titties.
But
I don't gotta be interested in you. Titties are titties, bro. Like
I mean, was she like
that Ron White
right
joke
there in your face,
No,
like right
it was
here,
definitely
where
like
you
that.
couldn't help
Yeah,
but see
no,
it?
it was definitely that at that point. Like the Ron White joke when he's like a 90-year-old lady, be like, you want to see my titties?
Like she jumped on top of you and
Okay.
was like,
But even
and you
okay.
try to look over here. She's like, nope.
So you look.
She's like,
Okay, so you look.
That's different.
Don't
then.
mean you gotta touch.
Okay.
Why
did-
the
Ooh,
encourage
all
of
right.
touching?
I didn't
yeah.
have to touch. I agree with you.
Yes.
I
Dang.
agree with you.
Alright.
I didn't have to, but it's like it's already there in their titties, and I like
Okay.
titties. I did good the whole time not to look down. I did really good. I was very proud of myself.
Oh.
But
Round
then
of
when you're like,
applause.
they was titties, and they was kind of big. Like they wasn't bad, but you know, I don't know. Yeah,
Nothing else happened.
no. I think we may kiss,
Oh, hold on. And then,
but like if we did, it was like very weird.
I bet it was.
It was.
yeah,
'cause-
yeah, it's actually
No, 100% no. My dick didn't get touched at all.
okay.
Didn't
Yeah,
come
made
out. Didn't get.
made
My
out.
dick didn't get hard.
Made out.
I wouldn't even call it making out. Yeah, that's what I mean by like. I don't even know if I'd call it like kissing.
Yeah.
Like it was, but it was like. And then like the hair rests and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Okay,
Well, she did like you though.
girls can say no and it mean no. Guys can be like no and it's still
Because
like.
you obviously don't mean no.
But
Because you still
even
encourage.
if we do,
But
it's,
you really don't.
well, if I didn't, I would have fucked. And I probably would have had no problem fucking if I just wanted to fuck, but I didn't want to at all.
But you had no problem looking and touching.
That's different. My dick ain't
Still
involved.
kind of encourages the girl to think if you're looking and willing to touch, then maybe you're willing for more.
Let's go back to 2.5. How did you get
So-
to half again?
Hey, look here. We're not talking about that. We done moved on from that.
I agree. I shouldn't have encouraged. I 100% agree with you, and I 100% agree that I didn't have to get in the car. But when she's already saying she's at my house, and I think she's unstable, and I'm like, well, let me compromise a little bit. Let me go give a little bit of conversation.
You could have did it outside the car.
It was freezing. It's snow.
I would have froze my ass off.
And froze.
Froze my ass
I would have
off.
just been
If I looked
frozen.
in there and seen that, I'm like,
Well, it wasn't like that at first.
I'm good.
And that it was snow
stay
outside.
out
That's the
here.
whole thing. And I was like, no, don't come. The roads are bad. I don't want you to wreck. She's like, I got a fucking 4x4 fucking blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And that's what she pulled up in. Yeah.
Yep. That,
Like I tried everything to be
grade,
like, don't come. I was like,
Tacoma.
nah, the bridges are bad. Like the road, my road's terrible. Like I'm doing all this shit. Clearly, I'm not interested in like that.
So why didn't you just say you weren't home?
I guess because maybe I said I was at home first. I don't know. I just said the roads were bad and I couldn't go nowhere. So she probably like put 2 and 2
Yeah.
together. I can't remember. This has been so long ago. I probably also didn't think like the bitch is gonna pull up on me. I didn't think she was gonna be like some real gangster ops and be like, motherfucker, I pulled up the houses. I didn't think she would still have my fucking address, for one. Like, it's all your fault.
No, it's not.
Yes, the fuck it is. How? Do we really need to go into how? How? How did all this get started?
I mean, you want me to take it from the top?
Take it from the top.
All right, so.
From the top. Make it drop.
Right, yeah. Coming to work one day, she was like, she called you Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
I know you by Wes. I know your name is Wesley, but I don't call you Wesley. So
well,
one day,
really
one day coming to work, random, out of nowhere, she smiling. I'm like, she happy. I'm like, what you happy about? She was like, you know somebody named Wesley? And I'm like,
how would she even know that you knew, though?
That's what I'm saying. So I didn't even know. Like, so I don't know. So I don't know if she
smile, though. See what
I don't know. I don't even know how she knew because I didn't know she knew Wes.
Are you really proud of that one?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know she knew Wes.
If you couldn't tell by Buffalo
Wild Wings. Talk to her about Wes. I didn't know, but
I was pulling out the parking lot while y'all was still talking. That's all I'm saying. Like, she said, "Where'd he go?"
I don't know, but she said she knows somebody named Wesley. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but I don't know if it's the Wesley that you're talking about. And she described you to a T, and I was like, but I know about Wes. She knew your last name and everything, and then she showed me a picture. And it was that classroom picture.
I don't know how the fuck she got this shit.
I don't know how she got it.
That's scary as fuck.
Yeah, and you still look the
It's
same.
my picture. I had this picture. I don't know how she got this picture.
Yeah, so she shows me the picture. I'm like, oh, okay, so that it is the same Wes or whatever. And then she was like, what you think about him? And I was like, it's one of my best friends or whatever. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then she didn't say anything about it, like, for the whole day, but she was like smiling. So I don't know if like y'all had like yeah, I don't know if y'all had talked
she's
like whatever. Yeah, she's smiling. So
can't wait to pull these titties out.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be
so
able to
later
turn
on that week, you know, every day she's asking me or whatever. So what all do you know about Wes? And I'm like,
and he just feeding her like a little rat.
Well, no. So I'm just like,
yeah.
Well, this is what I said.
He
honestly.
likes this.
Well,
we
like,
gonna be
cool.
here on this night at this time.
Okay, so yeah, so let's fast forward to that part.
Encouragement.
Let's fast forward to that part.
On his part. So
yeah,
that wasn't me.
Hold on. So yeah, I was kind of feeding it in a little bit because she was asking,
you were
like,
trying
what
to play
all you know
matchmaker
about Wes or whatever. But I didn't even say anything like, oh no, y'all should like be together and stuff. I was just like, yeah. I was like,
I think I even text you, bro.
And
I think my exact words was, "Don't encourage her."
All right, so when you said
I'm
that,
sure they were. I'm pretty sure I read that.
I think that was my exact words.
I'm almost 100% sure I read that.
I think you did.
Do not
you started
encourage her.
laughing.
It was either don't encourage her or don't hype her up. It was one of the other.
Yeah,
I think it was both.
Okay.
Two different things.
All right, so just like I said, every day of the week she was asking me about it. So fast forward to the weekend. That's when we went to go see the fights or whatever. So
what'd she do?
She invited herself.
Mm-hmm. What time did she get there?
Way before anybody else.
Way before us, bro. It was like,
what time
did making sure she had a spot at the table.
We didn't get there till what?
Like 8 or 9.
It might. Yeah,
she was there
for.
It was like 3 or 4 hours. Yeah. She was there before the rest of us.
So we're at work.
Texting me like I'm here, and I'm like,
yeah.
Bitch, I'm at work. What the fuck are you doing there? No, I wasn't at work. It was a Saturday, but still.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah. She was like, I don't even know how she knew you like UFC because I didn't tell.
You told her.
Well, she knew that we was going to the fights though before I had even said anything. Yes, she knew we was going to the fights because she was like,
"Oh, you told her what wings I like."
I did tell her what wings we like. But just like I said, I didn't tell her that you knew. I didn't tell her that you like UFC.
So now we're seeing it slightly Sean's
no.
for the encouragement here.
I'm being honest. So yeah, so weekend comes along or whatever, and she's like, "Wesley like you Wesley likes UFC," and I'm like, "Yeah." And I was like, "We go to the fights like all the time." I was like, "We go on the weekends," and she was like, "Y'all going tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a fight tonight." So she was like, "I'm going," and I was like, "Okay, sure," you know.
Thanks.
But so and then that's how it started right there. Like she was like, "Yeah," and she was like,
but
"What time?"
She knew before the day of.
But yeah,
the fight.
she already knew. Like
she knew before the day of.
I mean, I wonder who she worked with.
Because
she could have been talking to the whole
Because I came.
Oh, she talking to you? That's funny. That's weird.
Yeah,
It's almost like you said all the
Oh
shit.
yeah,
up.
because you
I came up there the day of because I think I was off that day. Yeah, I was
Dude,
off
she was
'cause I
dressed up.
And
had
she
on
was,
that-
she was dressed up.
She was worried about Archie.
Well, she asked me
so she was
if what she
texting
was
you,
wearing
though.
was gonna
That's
be a
what
problem.
I'm saying. I feel like
And I was like,
you
I don't
not
know who's
saying
gonna be a
that
problem for her.
you had told her. I think she knew.
I don't think I told
You
her.
sure you didn't tell her,
I
bro?
don't think so. I think you told her.
Somebody
Nah,
told her,
bro,
because
because
she was ready
already
to go
dressed up.
already.
Okay, if
She
I
was
did
already
tell her, I
dressed up.
damn sure didn't invite her.
Okay, because she was already dressed up.
Oh, matter of fact, what could have happened, and I'm not saying this is, but this
Look,
sounds
I
like
figured.
this sounds like something I would do. She could have been like, "Hey, you want to hang out on this day?" And I would have said something like, "Nah, I got this going on," because that's what I do. I don't like to fucking hurt people or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if they're crazy or not.
Yeah.
I don't like to. So I'll be like, "Nah, I got other things happening that could have happened." I don't think so. I think you told her. Because you
I
like to see me suffer.
Well, I definitely said that, like, yeah, we hang out.
So what
I was
happened
like,
at
there's a fight.
Buffalo Wild Wings? How did that go?
So she gets there way early before we did. We usually get there around 8, 9.
8 at the very earliest.
She actually got off. She intentionally
She was
got
there
off
like
work
6.
early. You know, because I had got off around like, I don't know what, 7:30, something like that. And we got there around like 8:39. But she got off like around like, because she was like, is it usually packed? And I was like, yeah, it's usually packed, especially if it's like a big popular car.
I think it was,
and I was like,
an Izzy fight, wasn't it? Was it Izzy?
Might have been.
I
Or whatever.
remember.
So she was like, oh, okay. So she was like, so I need to leave and make sure we have a seat. And I was like, we ain't gonna be there that early.
I know it was Derek Lewis.
Probably was.
I know it for sure was
So
a Derek Lewis fight.
she's already dressed up. She gets there way early. You know, 3 or 4 hours before we did. At least 3 hours before we did, or whatever. She's already drunk. Like already. Well, she's claiming that she's drunk or whatever. And
That was fake. She wore
let the party begin after that, bro. She was all up on.
I was about to say, what's the party?
Yeah,
Because
she
the
was
party, I
all
think,
up
is me
on
being
us.
like,
You was, but she was trying to.
well, she like did the fucking like hooked herself to me, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
and then there's one point where she's like fucking
the whole time.
Yeah.
on FaceTime with somebody, and she's like, look, he's here, and I'm like,
And then she tried to show me that picture, and like Taylor almost took her phone and like.
I almost
threw it
wish that would have
across
happened,
Buffalo
because if that would
Wild
have
Wings.
happened, then I
It
think
would've
Whatever,
happened.
yeah, because she
I
tried to
think
show
so.
me
If
like
she
a
was
picture.
just a split
And she
second
was like,
slower,
look.
I was gonna.
And, like,
It
Taylor
was
was
done.
like,
It was
don't
gonna
show
be
me my
thrown.
And, like, you almost grabbed it.
well, I'm
like,
saying if that would have
almost.
happened, I think the night
As
would
soon
have.
as my hand was gonna touch it, I was gonna fling that motherfucker across the restaurant. Like I already had intentions. Like that's just that temper. Like, and then afterwards, I would have been like, well. Oh well, I guess you're gonna need a new phone because I certainly won't be replacing it.
Well, I can say shortly after that, whatever you said to her or whatever you did,
I
like
said a lot.
she got
to make her like.
yeah, she got the picture.
Bro, here's the thing.
Because she was just like, I don't talk to us
okay.
no more. And I was like, for real.
She tried to
like,
tell me
it's over.
Her
I was
brother
like,
came up here from Mexico because he's part of the cartel and she handles the business for him. And was texting me from a number pretending to be him. I swear this is what she was doing. I don't have no proof of it. But I think it was her pretending to be him. And she was like, damn, what did you do to my little sister? I told you don't hurt her. Like, I'm cartel, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know
she's
you.
Not mentally there, bro.
Don't text my phone. Like, yeah. No, it got crazy. Well, then you seen what
Well, I
happened
mean, yeah.
after, yeah.
Yeah, she.
Hey, but shout out to her. I wish her all the best. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, she's
Wes still
doing.
trying to hit
She's
it.
doing bad right now,
No.
bro. I don't know if you've heard like
I
here
know.
recently.
I ain't heard shit.
Yeah, well, she's doing bad right now, man. Like,
Air it out. What's she doing?
No,
think I should.
no,
You brought it up.
no.
What's she doing? We ain't ever said her name.
That's enough.
It's my show, bro.
That's enough.
I keep
Yeah,
like.
that's
I know
you
about
gotta
the
ask me
arrest.
Let's
questions.
move on
Okay.
to another
Was that it?
topic.
Yeah.
Okay, the other topic is
Why you
what has
keep
people
on
done in the
with
city
it?
lately? What's going on? Was it more than that? Just say that, yes or no. Was it more than the thing I know about?
Well, I don't know what you know.
The
but-
mall thing.
Okay, so then you do know.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about it.
So arrest and the mall situation.
Yeah, she got caught shoplifting.
Did she?
You said she did.
I did. Damn it.
You told me.
All right. So it's already out there.
Remember
Then.
what you be
So it's
saying
already
to
out
people,
there.
bro.
Yeah, we talked about this.
You
Okay.
need to be
Yeah.
writing down.
Was that it?
what you tell
That's been a
people.
long time ago, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's
she-
been a couple years. Well, a year.
Yeah, she should be past all
Yeah,
that.
it's old
Yeah.
news.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened.
Oh,
like,
I thought you were saying like
No,
Yeah.
not like last week, last month. No, I don't know about that.
No, shout out to her.
Yeah.
She seems like a great. She seems like a wholesome lady.
Well, yeah. So,
Depends on how you want to spell wholesome, but anyway,
yep.
yeah. You got anything else?
No.
Quit trying to
You
set me
see.
up with people.
Nah, bro. That won't happen again. But that's all I
I can't
have.
believe I had to text you and tell you, hey man, don't encourage her, please. Like, cause I could see where it was going. I'm not dumb. Like,
He did.
I'm like wedding crashers. I know when I got a stage 5 clinger. Like,
He did.
Yeah.
Encourage.
I think your encouragement was more
I
than me grabbing
encourage
a
the
boob.
encouragement though, because then at least that sidetracked her from him to you. So that was the better option.
Well, I don't even think she was
At
interested.
least-
No,
in
she
you,
wasn't.
bro. She
Nah.
wasn't. Like, the whole
she
time
was
I
definitely
worked
trying
there,
to
so-
stir shit up.
Yeah,
She might have been
was.
doing that, but she wasn't like, yeah,
Yeah, but it was better to put all that focus on you.
I guess. But then she
Took one
was
for
she
the
would say
team,
dumb
man.
shit like, I'm worried about what Archie's gonna think.
She did. Say
And I'm
that.
like, bitch, you wore that shit all day to
Yeah.
work in the mall.
She did,
where
bro.
everybody be.
Oh my god.
But now you worried about like somebody that like,
Customers will come up and be like, "What the fuck, bro?"
yeah.
Like,
Well, I bet
she
some was like
down,
looking
bro.
though. I bet some was looking.
yeah. Well,
Come on, man. Come on. Dude's just
not-
hitting. She told me about it.
man, nah, bro. I
Did I
mean,
say
you
it?
said gremlin,
Say
so I
it.
mean, she really like looked like a gremlin.
Look, okay.
A gremlin.
When I got in the
and,
car, right, her bag was sitting there, and it was like open, and I was like, oh dang, you got like 3 different lotions in here or something, and I was like playing like, oh, that's what you use when you be going to go meet dudes and like, you know, and she was like, well, I did like 2 days ago, talking about a dude, and I'm like, the fuck you doing? What the anyway, that fucking,
I
yeah,
couldn't picture it, bro.
it's bad, it's bad.
I couldn't picture it.
But that's back to like girls got all the power. If y'all want to do something like that, y'all ain't gotta ask. Y'all just do it. Y'all know the dudes is gonna go for it. Y'all know.
Maybe y'all shouldn't be so willing.
Maybe pussy shouldn't feel so good. I don't fucking know, but we get turned down more than we like get told yes. So yeah, when we get the option.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not no model, so I don't get like. I don't get to be like, yo, you and you, like, come on.
It's still called standards.
Well, I mean, yeah, standards, but I don't know. Girls have it better, I think, when it comes to that. Y'all control the pussy for one, which you should. It's yours.
Yeah.
But, like, you talking about playing games and teasing, girls are bad about that shit. And, like, they'll hype you up, they'll get you all the way to the edge, and then they'll be like, I gotta go, or, like, something, and just leave you there, and you be like, the fuck I do now? And you would lie if you say y'all don't. You know y'all do. I bet you still do it to him now.
No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Has
She
she?
don't. Has she?
Mm-hmm. She ever like led you on?
No.
Nah. You haven't. Ever.
Not you, no.
Damn.
What the fuck?
He said, what the fuck? I'm just saying.
First of
We
all,
gonna have this
I know it happens.
conversation
First
later.
of all, I have standards and their qualifications. If we get to a certain point and you don't meet those qualifications, you disqualified.
What's the
Moving
qualification?
on.
What's the qualifications?
Well, I'm just not gonna get into that.
A big pee-pee, Sean. A big fat pee-pee is the qualifications. Good job. You passed. You should be happy. Good job. Let me see.
What?
What? Nothing.
He good at that because he always knows. He be like, what? What? What you gonna say?
You got anything else? Because old dude pacing already. I thought he was about to come to the motherfucking door. I was about to
I don't.
snap. Yeah.
You got anything?
Any closing thoughts?
Got anything?
Women ain't shit. We'll leave it at that. We all agree.
Guys take zero responsibility for shit.
not take responsibility.
But it's a woman's fault.
But it's a woman's fault.
Yeah.
God, look, to be real, like I joke a lot, guys ain't shit either. Guys ain't shit,
what?
100%. Guys are, like you said, we are very easy, and our standards can be lower, determined by like how long it's been. Like, say in that situation, say like it was a drought in that car, it might have played out different. So, and I won't lie and say that's not a real possibility, but at the time, it was to a point where I was like, I'm not like this desperate. I don't need this.
Yeah.
You know? But y'all actually have the option, so girls ain't shit. Y'all control it. Y'all can just pull up to dudes' houses and be like, I'm outside. And the dude could be like, I didn't want you here. And you're like, well, I'm here, come outside.
Bet you come outside too.
Right? Because y'all are fucking controlling. Yeah.
Not if it's a gremlin. I ain't coming outside.
That's even more reason to go outside, because I want the gremlin to come in the house. Like, I really, to be honest, I hope she don't listen to this shit.
Nah.
I hope she don't.
I want her to.
I hope she don't.
I
don't.
No, I don't. Because
I don't.
then if she tries to come around, then bro, I got too much stuff going on.
If I like was to see her today, I would be like, hey, how you doing? Like, I would be polite.
Yeah, we know you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hit it. I'm just gonna be like, hey, how you doing?
Just cop a feel here and there. Look at it.
Call me David. I'll fucking cop a feel.
All right, well.
Anything special?
Nothing else.
Fuck the government. Don't fuck gremlins.
Yeah. Guys ain't shit.
Guys ain't shit.
Women ain't shit.
But women ain't shit either, so.
Use protection.
Use
Get
protection.
tested.
We're meant to be.
Yeah, get tested. That's the end of episode number 17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
We out.
Is that
Count
you, my
your head.
motherfucking.